UK-ass fuckboy niggas have never met the Pope. The last I checked. Not only have they never met the Pope, but the Pope never was bomb squad. Tell that hoe-ass, faggot-ass nigga change the M to a B, and then he can fuck with Deontay. Who? Oh, what you want to talk about? Dillian White? Dillian White? Oh, well, Dillian White. Dillian White. Dillian White. Well, who the fuck gives a fuck about Dillian White? Damn sure ain't the Pope.
He was saying that he was a warrior. That was the main thing he was saying. You know, I'm a warrior, I'm a king. But, you know, Deontay, normally with warriors, warriors can usually handle the weight of their own armor. So, you know, I wouldn't go as far. I mean, I wanted to call you a warrior, but then you complained about the costume. So.
My flow, my show brought me to go. That brought me all my fancy things, my grip, my cars, my clothes, my jewels. Look, homie, I came up and I ain't changing. You should love it way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? I thought that you'd be happy I made it.
Hi, this is Riddick Big Daddy Bo, two-time former world heavyweight champion, and you're watching True Sports.
True School Sports.
True School Sports.
There you go, champ. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. Right here, Dad. It's your boy BT.
What's going on?
And we are live here on YouTube. That's right. We are live here on YouTube. It is, what is it? Tuesday, early, the wee hours of the morning, Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time. You already know where we're coming to you guys from, live and direct from the greatest place in the world and one of the greatest cities in the world. Not the greatest city in the world, because that's Dania Beach, but one of the greatest cities in the world, Miami, Florida. It's your boy BT. We got, oh my God, we got a treat. We got a mother-loving treat. We got Pops in the house. Yo, how is Gonzalez hitting Kal Yafai? How is it going? Show the camera right there.
He went, bah! Good night.
Absolutely.
Good night.
So we got an action-packed show. We have a lot to talk about. You know, hold on. I don't think people quite got that. So before we get into Deontay Wilder, I'm sorry guys, because I got this new StreamYard premium plan, and I'm kind of playing with the future. So you know what? Let's go back to that clip from that guy. Hold on. Let's go to it.
Tell that hoe-ass, faggot-ass nigga change the M to a B, and then he can fuck with Deontay. Who? Oh, what you want to talk about? Dillian White? Dillian White? Oh, well, Dillian White. Dillian White. Dillian White. Well, who the fuck gives a fuck about Dillian White? Damn sure ain't the Pope.
Damn sure ain't the Pope. The Pope was never bomb squad.
Yeah.
We turn it up. We taking the gloves off. Nobody is off limits. Nobody's off limits because you know we had a lot of people like our friend who we're not going to say his name. We showed him on camera. You know, he was saying things like this.
K-ass fuckboy niggas have never met the Pope. The last I checked. Not only have they never met the Pope, but the Pope never was bomb squad.
He was never bomb squad. He was never bomb squad. And listen, the LDBC, the Deontay Wilder fanboys, they have went into the same witness protection their fighter was once into, because we don't really hear much from them. I don't really see them much in the comments. You know, last week was the first annual I Told You So week.
Yeah, nothing.
Really, it's going to be I Told You So month, because honestly, it just gets worse and worse.
I mean, they got what they were asking for. I mean, you were dick riding the bomber for the longest time, and he finally got his ass whooped by Tyson Fury. That's just facts.
Facts.
And what's the LDBC now?
I don't know. I mean,
you know.
What was the same sense?
Everybody was talking about the bomb squad. I mean, nothing against Wilder, but the LDBC themselves just dick riding his jock.
Dick riding
all day long.
All day.
Where they at now?
We don't know.
Where's the greatest heavyweight or whatever? And this
the king of boxing. That's what they call it. The king of boxing.
I just want to know what's the Pope got to do with a boxer.
Pope is bomb squad. He's bomb squad.
Explain that to me, because I still haven't figured that one out.
We've been here for like 3 months trying to figure out.
I mean, Wilder went to the Pope to get a blessing from Tyson Fury, and he got it in his last fight.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's acknowledge. Let's acknowledge some comments, okay? Because you know I don't like people to feel like they're not being acknowledged here in the chat.
We're not
All
hitting
right.
nobody.
Hold on. We'll go one by one.
Right.
We're gonna go one by one. We're gonna address some comments. If you're coming in here, make sure you guys smash that like button. Support the channel, do all that good stuff. Let me know what city, what state, what continent. Let me know where you watch from tonight, and I'll give you a shout out as we take this time to acknowledge the comments and respond to each one of you guys brick by brick individually. So here we go. Let's go to my main man, Space Juice. Space Juice says there is a lot of chat on the interwebs about this, and I think he's talking about what we're going to talk about, which is Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. And yes, there is a lot of chat about it. It's a hot topic right now, so we'll get into that in a second. We got my main man, Brian Olivares. He says, hi. What's up, Brian? How you living, champ?
What's going on, man?
Shout out to Brian Olivares.
Yeah.
We got Triple JJJ. Shout out to Triple JJJ, loyal watcher and subscriber of the channel. He says, had to come smash that thumbs up. Hope all is well, BT and Pop. Everything is great.
Man.
Triple
Appreciate
JJJ. Hope you're well wherever you're at, champ. Hope everything is well. God bless you. We got my man, Haliyama. I think I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
He says, you're a Deontay Wilder hater, my guy. Why not? You know, it doesn't matter if I say I am or I'm not. You guys are going to say I'm a hater anyway. I actually, at this point, I think it's fair to say. I think it is fair to say that I am a hater because I hate his behavior. I don't like how he acted after the fight. And he didn't hold himself accountable for any of the things that happened on the fight night.
It's not really about us or we or Tushku Sports hating Wilder. It's the fact after he got his ass whooped, he can't even man up and take the responsibility to losing.
What's the R word? What's the R word?
What is it again?
Responsibility.
Responsibility, and just accept the fact he lost. No, he's got to come up with excuses. Excuses is like, to me, it's like a load of shit. I mean, if you are taking responsibility for losing, you've been talking all this shit about you're the best WBC heavyweight champion of the world, whatever you want to call it. You're the man to this day, whatever you want to call it. And then when you get beat, you want to make excuses. You want to blame your costume, but damn, you had like how many costumes you put on before that one? And all of a sudden, your costume.
All of a sudden,
your costume hurts you. The ref, Tyson's gloves, whatever the case may be, and this and
Anthony
that.
Durrell.
And then you want to call yourself a great warrior. Well, a great warrior is one that respects himself and takes his defeat, takes defeat the way it is, and take responsibility for it, and takes it like a man, and come back and rise up. So before Deontay Wilder fans or anybody else want to say something about him rising up and coming up again, take responsibility for yourself first, win or lose. That's what makes you a man.
That's right. I'm going to leapfrog all you guys in the comments because my main man, Henry Brown, has super chatted. So first of all,
going on, Henry Brown?
We say hello to Henry Brown. We say thank you to Henry Brown for being a loyal supporter of the channel with the $10 super chat. He says, I quote, no real fight fan wants to see the trilogy. Heck, COVID-19 may make it not possible. They're thinking about canceling the Olympics, plus concerts are being canceled as we speak. I'd rather see AJ versus Fury. I agree with you, man. Like, look, let's ask you. Do you want to see a trilogy?
No, I don't want to see.
I don't want to see a trilogy.
I mean, to be honest, it's
I don't want. We don't want to see it either.
Fury's 2-0.
Fury's 2-0 as far as we're concerned. I think the AJ Fury fight for Undisputed is a fight that boxing. Not on that. Forget wants, because we all want things in life, but we need this fight for boxing. We need, whether it's with Wilder or not, we need that one face, one name, one champion, and we can get it. And
exactly.
But Wilder's going to exercise rematch clause, and we're going to get into all that here in a second. But right now, we're going to the comments. Yeah. Shout out to Henry Brown. God bless Henry Brown. Jay Bone says, actually, hold on. We missed a comment up top. He said, bum squad to this day. And then he also asked, are all Wilder fans delusional? Not all of them, but I would say like 90% of them at least, for sure. Because listen, I mean, Wilder fans, these are the kind of fans that say dumb shit like this.
Tell that hoe ass faggot ass nigga change the M to a B, and then he can fuck with Deontay. Who? Oh, what you want to talk about? Dillian White? Dillian White? Oh, well, Dillian White. Dillian White. Dillian White. Well, who the fuck gives a fuck about Dillian White? Damn sure ain't the Pope.
It damn sure ain't the Pope. It damn sure ain't the Pope.
And the Pope don't damn sure can't care about Wilder either. I mean, what's the Pope got to do with boxing? Give me that relation. I don't get it.
That was his point, saying that nobody knew him, the guy in the video. But yeah. That's just saying. Anytime we talk about delusional Wilder fanboys, I'm gonna play that clip because it's hilarious. It never gets old. It's even funnier now.
Yeah.
We got my man Pete from Auckland, New Zealand. That's the home of Joseph Parker. Shout out to New Zealand.
No, shout out New Zealand.
He asked, does Wilder retire if and when he loses the third fight? I think it's, I can't really see him continuing on after he decides. If Fury goes in there, let's say everything goes the way most boxing fans think it's going to go, and he folds him up, which may not happen. Wilder might come back. He might come back. You never know. But I think he retires.
I think for Wilder to come back, to be honest with you, and he needs to sharpen up his skills, learn how to fight going backwards, because that's what doomed him in against Fury. He didn't know how to react to that, and he needs to make some changes to his team, point blank. Not Breland, but the rest of the team. He needs to make a change and do it quickly, because he needs somebody there that's going to teach him these things. And continues with this team, it's just going to be a doom for him like it was in the last two fights.
Yeah, could call him Dr. Doom for the way he's going. Let's see. We got Henry Brown, another super chat. So Henry Brown says, Wilder should fight Kaunaki or Ruiz. Yeah, I think about that. Listen, I've been saying for a while that I think I thought whether he beat or lost to Fury, no matter what happened, I thought he'd find Kaunaki in 2020, and I hold true to that. And I think I got a video coming out about this later in the week, because this is Adam Kaunaki fight week. He's fighting on Saturday. Okay. I believe that if there was a time for Al Heyman to go through and follow through with his idea to go with the PBC belt, it'd be right now. Wow. The time would be right now to unveil it.
Having both of them head to head.
Yeah, because he has no belts now, so he needs something.
Right.
So it had to be right now. But that's just my opinion. We got my man Lock Dog. He says, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, Lock Dog. And thank you, Henry Brown. Shout out to our boy Lock Dog, loyal supporter of the channel. He's always here, showing love. Shout out to Lock Dog. We got my main man, KO Echo. True, keep up the good work. Yes, Wilder is a so loser. Coming at you from the UK. Yes, sir.
UK.
Shout out to the UK. Got lots of love from the UK. And we appreciate all the support we do get on the channel. Let's see. Did we get another one? I believe we got another one. Hold on. We got again Henry Brown.
Oh my God.
He's here again. Sorry. So if you guys got skipped over, it's because he's super chatting. They say money talks. What's that saying? Money talks bullshit.
You ain't all bullshit.
No, you're not all bullshit. We'll get to everybody. He comes prior because he's super chatted. He said, Mikey Garcia didn't look so good against Vargas. I think he should move back down to fight Haney or Teeth with Lopez, and Roman Gonzalez is back. I told you, BT. You didn't tell me that. I've been telling you.
He's teasing you, brother. Yeah. He's taking on your skin, but
But he is back, though. It was a great performance. I would even venture to say it might be the best performance of his career.
Wow.
It's in the running. I mean, he was dominant, conclusive performance against Kal Yafai. As for Garcia, I mean, look, fair play to him. He got the win over Vargas.
Who's he taking to fight next? After the post conference, he said anything?
He's talking about fighting Pacquiao. And we'll get into that later on. But like Pacquiao, Pacquiao would retire him. He needs to stay the hell away from Pacquiao because Pacquiao.
He's just looking for a big money fight.
That's all he wants. Yeah. And apparently it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. So he's going to be getting that Arab money.
Yeah,
that Arab money.
I mean, there's a lot of people waiting in line for Pacquiao.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Let's see. We got my man Jay Bones. He says, have you ever seen a boxer with less talent than Wilder achieve what Wilder did? Charles Martin?
I can't think of right now.
I don't know. Charles Martin. I think Charles Martin's a worse fighter than Wilder. And he wound up getting a belt in the weirdest way possible.
We're not discrediting Wilder at all. At no point. We're just saying
we're just calling his behavior. That's all.
Yeah. You got to understand he's got to sharpen his tools. And I'll reiterate it again. He got hurt. Fury took it to him because he didn't know how to fight on his back foot going backwards. So he's got to make some changes.
Yep.
And one of the changes he does not need to make is Breland. Breland had nothing to do. Breland looked out for him. I think he needs to get rid of what's that guy's name?
JD's nuts.
And actually get a trainer that's actually going to show him, open him up, or show him more things than what he's already learned.
Absolutely. We got my man Antonio Giles. Shout out to Antonio Giles. He says Wilder Fury 3 is going to be bigger than the second fight. You know what? With this modern day of social media, with he could be right.
Could be
He
hyped
could
up,
be
you're
right. He could be right. You know, because you know what's gonna happen when that fight gets signed and the build up starts. You know what's gonna happen, right?
Mhm.
Wilder's gonna have like we think he has a lot of excuses now. Wait till the build up starts. He's gonna pull about 3 or 4 more we never even heard of.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, we're already seeing what happened to Wilder in the last 2 fights. The third one's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make improvements, it's gonna be worse.
We got my boy LA12. Shout out to LA12. He's a loyal subscriber
Yeah, I like
and watcher of the
legit,
channel. Yeah. We love LA12 on his input. He says, "Did you hear that DAZN is launching in the UK in May? Canelo versus Billy Gonzalez and Chisora versus Usyk both in May for £5 in a month. UK sounds like a good deal, people there." Yeah, I heard about that today. I think I saw T Street do a video about that. That's what I first saw. So shout out to T Street Controversy. Go subscribe to T Street if you haven't done so already.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good for the Brits because I know the Brits are complaining for the longest time that we've had DAZN here in America for well over 2 years now. And they haven't had DAZN over there.
That's kind of crazy because Eddie Hearn and them. I mean, you would think that they get priority over Americans.
Yeah, but that's not how the cookies crumble for them. No. So they're getting now. Good for them.
They're probably paying more too, right?
No, it's £5. So £5 is not a lot of money.
No.
So that's a good deal. I think that's a good deal for the Brits, and I'm sure a lot of them will buy it. So yeah, no, good news for UK boxing fans. Got shout out to them. Let's see. AJ versus Fury. And again, Henry with the super chat. AJ versus Fury, then Bo versus Lewis if Bo don't duck. we ain't gonna get into Bo because
AJ versus Fury, then Bo.
But thank you, Henry.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you guys hear what the great Larry Holmes said about Wilder? No, what did he say about Wilder? I would love to know what he said. Triple JJJ says, me and BT have been calling Roman Gonzalez the fighter of the decade 2 years before the decade even ended. You damn right. You damn right. And for 4 years now, I've been referring to Roman Gonzalez as the real TBE. Not because I think he's the real TBE, but I used to exaggerate him so I can get people to pay more attention to him.
And now
I haven't stopped calling him that.
Two School Sports, he's always gonna be the.
So he's the real TBE.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite comment so far. My man J-Bone says, JD's is a mama bicho. Who said that? J-Bones, yeah.
Crazy.
We got my man LA12 saying, I heard DAZN is trying to get the rights for the Wilder Fury 3 in the UK for July, so people in the UK would have to pay £5 for the fight instead of £25 pay-per-view this time if DAZN gets that. It's crazy because in the UK, they complain about £25 pay-per-views. It's like, in America, it's like, $25.
Yeah.
You know how happy I'd be if we could pay $25 or 25 whatever that averages out to in American dollars, £25 in American dollars.
$70, yeah.
Instead of it being $75 or $85. I mean, you Brits got lucky out there. But they say they adjust the prices for I guess the economy. So maybe their economy just isn't it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys inform me. I'm just giving
you. DAZN making money either way.
Yeah. L Dog says Chocolatito is back. You damn right he is, and we're definitely gonna get into that here on this live. But I've taken the time. I've acknowledged the comments. It's your boy BT. We got my pops here. It is roughly 12:30 here in Miami. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe and just support the channel. Check out all the coverage from the Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas fight. Got a lot of great stuff there. So check all that out. Last comment we're gonna address, and then we're gonna move on. KO Echo says he called Wilder a quitter. He has no jab or boxing skills. It said Mark Wheeler is not a good teacher, and the team needs revamping. Listen, I interviewed Larry Holmes 5 years ago. I interviewed him 5 years ago, and that dude does not hold his tongue for anybody. So I believe that he said that. I believe that he said that. I believe that he called Wilder a quitter, and yeah, man.
Everything he said is facts.
Everything he said there, I agree with. But let's get into it. So. The big talk of the town in boxing right now is the fact that Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, or as Tyson Fury once called him, Deontay, third place loser, right? Because he says third place loser. But anyway, Deontay Wilder has decided to exercise his rematch clause, and I don't know if you could call it a third fight a rematch clause because the second fight is a rematch, but he's exercising his rematch clause. Right. And they are saying that the rumor date is July the 18th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Now, Dad, right now, Wilder's career is in an interesting place. Now, we're not going to clown him right now. We're just going to talk about the facts. Deontay Wilder is a guy that so far in his boxing career, he's for the most part, up until his last fight, He's looked sensational. He's built up a good reputation. He's built up a good fear factor due to his punching power. He's delivered us iconic knockouts against the likes of Archer Spilka and Dominic Brazil and Calvin Price and many, many fighters. And seemingly in one fight, Tyson Fury has stripped all that down. He's kind of taken his heart. He smashed it into about 1 billion pieces and buried it 100 feet under the ground. So now it's like going into that third fight, we're in March already right now.
Right.
If that fight takes place on that date, that we're like just over 4 months away, how much do you think Deontay Wilder could actually change as a fighter from March the 3rd right now to July the 18th?
I don't think there's really much he can do. I think that he's going to have to come out. There's not really much of a change he's got to do because of the fact that he's not going to learn all these new boxing skills overnight. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen overnight for a lot of fighters, especially him. He's just accustomed with the right hand, coming forward with the right hand. So there is not a lot of he could really do. I think even if this fight comes on, he's probably just going to try to bum rush Fury like he does every other fighter. But he's not going to wait for Fury to attack him. He's going to attack Fury first. And I think to no avail because Fury knows everything he's going to do. So I don't see him. I've been saying it for a long time, even before all this happened to him. He needs to change his team, and I really mean that. From the management on down, everybody needs to change all that and get a different aspect. He's very stubborn in his own ways. Doesn't want to change things. He believes in loyalty, so be it. But at the end of the day,
you can't really say he believes in loyalty though, because he was considering the fact that he even considered firing Mark Breland before JD shows that he's not loyal. It just shows.
I think,
I know he's going to keep him. He
think
came
in
to
that
his senses.
moment it was an emotional, with everything going on.
Shouldn't even cross his mind. It honestly shouldn't even cross his mind.
With the shock going on with his loss and getting knocked down with Fury and all that going on. Sometimes your emotion takes over until you come back down to earth. What I don't agree with was what he did after the fight and kept him and really disrespected Breland when he locked him out of the locker room. That what was that? Were you telling me about that? He locked.
He locked him out the locker room. Apparently, he was crying and stuff.
I don't respect that. And if it was me, Breland, I wouldn't have gone back. I would have moved on. If I brought you out here, brought you to where you're at, I was the brain of this whole situation for you and did everything for you. You treat me like a stepchild. When I did everything for you, guess what? I move on.
Yeah, man. So this last fight was a 50-50 split for Tyson Fury. He won this fight in convincing fashion. So the third fight will be a 60-40 split.
Yeah,
for,
and furthermore, I really didn't like him making any excuses. So what's going to be his next excuse when he gets?
I was just seeing in the comments. Apparently, there's more that he's coming out with.
Yeah,
there's more. There's even more excuses.
So stop making excuses. Stop talking to the media. Stop being a preacher, and go work on your skills while you still have time, and go look at the film as much as it's going to hurt you, and realize the mistakes you made, and sharpen up and do what you got to do to try to beat Fury, because it's not going to be easy the third time around.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, the third fight's happening. I know most of us boxing. I know a lot of boxing fans don't want to see it. To be honest with you, I think the only people that really want to see the third fight, like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna watch it. We're probably gonna make a gajillion videos about it because this is, you guys want to hear about this stuff. So that's why I make videos. But truthfully, the fight that boxing needs is that undisputed fight, Fury and Joshua. And if Wilder happens to beat Fury, then guess what? I would like to see Wilder fight Joshua. Yeah. Whatever. Just I want to see undisputed. That's what I want to see. Yeah. There's no reason to hold the belts up. We want to see who the best is. So, and the thing is, we were talking a lot in the past about the best fighting the best. And to be honest with you, Wilder is a very, he's a devastating fighter, but how good is he really? I mean, we saw what Fury did to him. Okay, so I want to see how good he is. I want to see him go back in there with Andy Ruiz. I want to see him go in there and fight, a Dillian White. Let him fight Dillian White.
Yeah, I mean,
if he can beat Dillian White, then he should get a title shot. Because right now, as it stands, he is a regular guy. He's not a champion. He's not part of the big three.
He's got no say no more.
No say
at all on who he wants to bless. Who he wants to bring in the ring.
No. Fury does a blessing now.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it was a humbling loss to him, and hopefully he'll learn from that. And if he don't, well, he's going to pay the consequences again. That's how he's gonna have to listen to the piper again. But I mean, he's got to come out and realize that, and I don't think he's coming from that. He's still in denial with everything, and that's what happens when you don't take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that's what it is, man. I mean, I know. And we're not gonna really get into this too much today, but we'll touch on it for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. You know, we know Anthony Joshua's fighting Pulev. That's tomorrow's live will be all about Joshua Pulev. So if that's what you want to hear about, you gotta come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on it a bit for now. Mm-hmm. Anthony Joshua is fighting Pulev at the Tottenham Stadium, and people are criticizing that fight because they're saying, you know, Pulev is a bum and he's 38 years old and whatnot. But the reality is Pulev's he's only ever lost to Klitschko, and I don't think he's a better fighter than Luis Ortiz. But if you look at his body of work, it's better than Luis Ortiz's body of work.
Well, at the end of the day, Pulev's been waiting just like Dylan White to fight. You know, Dylan White, Wilder, and now Joshua and Pulev. I mean, they've been waiting for her and waiting. So it has to happen regardless of what we want to see and not see where they're going to be at.
Yeah. Let's get us some super chats from Henry Brown, and then we're gonna get back to the comments. We'll get back to a couple comments in a second. Henry Brown says Fury didn't cheat with the gloves, and Wilder ran from Shannon Briggs. You know, it's funny. It actually sounds funny to say that now, but to be honest with you, yeah, he did.
Shannon Briggs challenged him.
Shannon Briggs challenged him in 2015. One of the first interviews I did. In fact, the first interview I ever did with Shannon Briggs back in 2015. Shannon Briggs' promoter, Chris Lawrence, the Heavyweight Factory, they put up $2 million at the time. Wilder wasn't making no millions.
Right.
They put up $2 million to try to fight Wilder. And Wilder said, no way, no how. He didn't want no smoke with the champ.
But that's the problem with Wilder.
And listen, say what you want about Shannon Briggs. We can say he's limited and he has no stamina. There's two things about Shannon Briggs you can't question. You can't question his punching power. You can't question his heart. He'll fight anybody. He never ducked anybody when he was fighting.
I mean, he chased Klitschko.
He fought Lennox Lewis. He fought Vitaly Klitschko. He fought two of the most devastating and best heavyweights of all time. So I think at that particular time in 2015, if they would have actually signed the dotted line and made the Wilder fight, he would have taken it. And you know what? I would have given him a chance.
Yeah.
Because he's technically the better fighter than Wilder.
Skill-wise, yeah.
And not even just that. Forget the skills. Even in terms of punching power, he's right there with Wilder.
Yeah.
Right there. I mean, if you want to bang with Shannon Briggs, it's not a good idea.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Wilder's seen something that's why you can take the fight.
He never took it. I mean, even though Shannon Briggs, like to be real though, Shannon Briggs wasn't even like a top 50 heavyweight, so I can't really blame Wilder all the way.
Let's go, champ.
You know, they would have said he beat up an old man if he won.
Yeah.
So I get why he didn't take the fight. But still, just throwing it out there. They did put up $2 million in the fight. The other super chat Henry Brown had.
Thank you, Henry.
He said, "I'm for now on Enrique Papacito to all the chicks." Oh man.
Papacito.
You that guy, huh?
Hi, Bobby.
You got all the juice.
Yeah.
You got all the juice. Okay.
He's running everything, but he's running games.
Oh, you know, speaking of Shannon Briggs, this is a bit I'll talk about. You know, he was training at Jeff's gym today.
Oh man,
he was at Jeff's. I saw. Hey, shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Jeff Poritz. Jeff Poritz boxing gym in Hollywood, Florida. One of my favorite boxing gyms in South Florida. I saw an Instagram video today. Shannon Briggs is in there. I'm like, he's a fucking Jeff. He's a fucking Jeff's gym. I was going crazy.
He close to that. Wow.
Yeah, man. But Wilder Fury 3. I mean, what can we say about it? I mean, I thought the second fight was so conclusive that it really didn't call for a third fight. And interesting thing, I had it in the title, but I forgot about it. You're gonna laugh at this. Floyd Mayweather said he could train Wilder. He could teach Wilder how to win. What do you think? You think Floyd Mayweather can get Wilder to the top?
Nope.
I think he could.
You think so?
Not in 4 months, but not in 4 months. Yo, Floyd can teach him some stuff.
Yeah,
because guess what? If Wilder backtalks, you know what he's gonna say?
Wow.
I'm undefeated.
Yeah,
I'm undefeated. He can't say shit to Floyd. He's undefeated. Like, what is?
Floyd could probably be a good mentor to him, tell him things here and that. But then again, you're talking about two different fighters here. I mean, can Wilder actually adjust to anything that Floyd Mayweather could try to teach him? And that's, I mean, first of all, you gotta you can't break old.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that you have to put into Wilder's mind, that you have to do more than just throw that right hand out there. You gotta learn how to jab more, how to move around the ring. And you're right, Floyd could probably, with his influence, could probably try to teach him that. But the question is, will he take it in? That's my issue. He's got to have. I don't think he's very strong-minded, strong enough to get him right. I don't think so. I'd rather have a trainer, old school trainer, that will get in Wilder's ass,
like Stacey McKinley.
Yeah, and say
or slap him
and say exactly, and get in his face and really teach him like boom, boom, boom. Because Floyd can teach him all the stuff, the Philly shuffle, how to be defensive, how to jab, how to do this. But he's too stubborn to learn that stuff. Doesn't want to listen. I think a hard-nosed trainer that won't take shit from him because he thinks he's all this and that will bring him down to it real quick. And I don't think Floyd's good, but I don't think he's not the only person that's offered his services to Deontay Wilder. No.
Another fighter, a talented fighter, ex-world champion that actually offered Wilder some, if you want to come get it, is Antonio Tarver, who's fought at heavyweight, who's been successful.
Yeah.
So listen, the help is there. I mean, I'm sure I know those aren't the only guys that want help. I'm sure if he reached out to a Riddick Bowe or Evander Holyfield,
he just had to swallow his pride, swallow his stubbornness, or whatever you want to call it, and realize, hey, I need help, and if I can get it from any of the greats, I'll take it in and go from there.
Yep.
You got to make that adjustment. And the first thing you can do when you allow somebody to come in to teach you something is you got to swallow you and accept the fact that you lost, and you don't make excuses.
No.
And until he gets off of that and denial, and he's in that shocker, I don't think he'll be able to adjust to anybody else telling him anything right now, because he's still thinking that he was, every excuse in the book to say why he lost. No, accept the fact. When you accept something, go from there, then you move on.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. One interesting thing that I wanted to bring up to you was that Wilder's team, PBC, they actually are trying to get the third fight for the fall.
Okay.
But Bob Arum and Tyson Fury's team, Top Rank, they said, no, we're doing this shit in the summer because it makes more sense. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. This is my opinion. I want to see what you think. I'm throwing this out there. I think Deontay Wilder really doesn't want Anthony Joshua to get any opportunities at all, because, why would you push it all the way back to the fall? If you're such a bad man and you want to go back into the rematch straight away, why push it back to the fall? Why not do it in the summer?
That's true. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what. Right now, Wilder's word don't mean nothing no more.
No?
Doesn't mean nothing. You don't have WC belt. There's not anything anymore. He's just like anybody else.
He's like a peasant. Like he used to call the contenders in the he's called a peasant, so he's a peasant now.
He has to, right now, he's not even the A, B, or C side, or D side, or whatever side. He's nothing right now. Right now, he's got to earn his way back. So his words don't mean nothing. It comes down to Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. They're the ones with the belts, and they say what they want to get done. That's bottom line. That's what he's got to go to. So whatever he wants to say doesn't mean nothing no more. Had he beaten Fury, or he kept his WBC belt?
Then we're probably singing a different tune.
What do you used to call her? Is the belt that Wilder used to call her?
Sophia?
Sophia? Well, Sophia is not in your hands anymore. Sophia went to a real king.
Ooh.
It's called Gypsy King.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's just going to have to earn his way just like Ruiz and get back to the rankings. So right now, I mean, he's in the top 10. He's not even in the top 5 or whatever after he lost that belt. And he can't make no excuses. He can't say, I bless you, or I did this. That's what I like about it. Now he's going to really dig deep, make some changes, and that's what champions are.
I was talking to my good friend, and shout out to him. I mean, I don't think he's here right now in the live, but my boy Charles Hill, he runs a group on Facebook called Intelligent Boxing. He's got his hand in the boxing a bit. Like he's advised a couple of women's fighters at the time. Like right now, he's advising Raquel Miller. I don't know if you know Raquel Miller, but she was an Olympian, good fighter. So I did an interview with my boy Charles Hill, and you guys will see it coming out soon. Right. And Charles Hill said that he believes that Deontay Wilder will never win another professional fight in his career ever again, because he feels like after the third Fury fight, that's it. Like no more, finito, the end. He told me some stuff too that I can't disclose it on camera because it's real personal stuff about Wilder.
Right.
And like his life, I don't want to disclose that here.
No, it's not your place.
But let's just say that there's Wilder is it's not going to take a lot for Wilder to look for a way out of boxing. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
I won't say what it is, but there's just I know something you guys don't. Let's put it like that.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Wilder's got to do something. If he wants to win, he's got to do something. I don't know what he's got to do. He's got to get out he's got to get that denial thing, that denial stage. That's my own thing. And if like my son says, if the third fight is he gets, whatever the case may be, and he's done, you got to move on. That's life.
That's it, man. So yeah, the July 18th. You know what? July 18th. That's the summer. I was planning on going to Dallas because look, there's something I will disclose to you guys though. That's not as personal. I went to Dallas, many for the Mikey Garcia Roman Gonzalez fight, and man, there was some honeys, man. I felt like honey. Fucking bee and a honeycomb. It was great, and I met a lot of lovely people of the opposite sex this weekend. It was great, beautiful women. I made a lot of new friends this weekend, and I want to say shout out to everybody in Texas that showed love. I had people coming up to me saying, "Are you BT from True School Sports?" I had one guy come up to me and actually asked for a picture, which I thought was crazy. I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a kid from Dania Beach, But this guy wanted the picture. So
he said, "Are you from Jersey?" I actually
Stephen Kraft. He said, "Are you from Jersey?"
I actually was when I first came up to Puerto Rico. I lived in Jersey City.
You lived in Jersey City, yeah.
I live in Jersey City. Then I moved to Massachusetts, and then I ended up down here in the wonderful Sunshine State. So yeah,
that's right. Somebody said, "Let's not be sexist here." I'm not being sexist. I love women. Probably a little too much, to be honest with you. Now listen, let's get some comments because there's a lot that's being said in the comments, and I want to make sure everyone gets acknowledged before we move on. Because look, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about Wilder Fury 3. Like he gets exercise rematch clause. We await for more information to come out. Apparently, Larry Holmes has spoken his piece. Larry Holmes, arguably the greatest heavyweight who ever put on a pair of boxing gloves, has called Deontay Wilder a quitter, a ducker. Well, he didn't call him that, but he called him a quitter.
Yeah.
And he said he needs to fire his whole team. So
yeah.
We want to just acknowledge as many people as we can because that's what I try to do. I try to acknowledge because I get a lot of comments too on all these videos. I don't get a chance to get to all of them. So when we go to these lives, I like to get that personal connection going. Talk to you guys. We got my man Carlos Espinal. He says, "What's up, Brendan?" He says, "I feel like Wilder and his people are going to do everything they can to cheat, like going for low blows and all that." I mean, what's funny, and you know what? I want to take the time to give my counterpoint to the Wilder fanboys. There's this video there was this video that came out from this guy named Jay Farrell. Jay Farrell's a guy on YouTube. He's a bit racist, a bit on that, extreme, like Black Panther tip, talking about ancestry and all that bullshit. But listen, one on his channel, he put out a glove. He had a video on his channel where he's in a boxing gym. He's got a little tank top on, and he's like, "I got this glove on, and I'm going to show you how Fury took his hand and put it here in the gloves and he cheated, right?" So it was a big bullshit thing. So everyone listen, all these Wilder fans are talking about all this bullshit about Fury's gloves. Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually give that to you. I'm going to give you what you want. Okay, so just for the sake of the argument, I'm going to agree with you. Fury cheated. His gloves were on the wrong way. Maybe they were even loaded. But you know what? You know what they never talk about? The Wilder fans never ever talk about how this motherfucker got a surgery in his right hand and he's got a fucking steel rod running up his damn his right hand.
Wow. Nobody
talks about that. This dude has steel plates and steel shit all up in his right hand. And you want to ask why? Why is this guy knocking everybody out with the right hand? Well, I don't know. He's got that steel rod like the $1 Million Man running up his freaking right hand.
But
no, the Wilder fans never bring that up. Never.
Wow. Well,
so
now you brought it up.
To get to Carlos's comment, I don't feel like he has to try to cheat because the motherfucker's already cheating. He's got a steel rod running up his right hand.
How much it weigh?
How much? Huh?
It's like brass knuckles.
I mean, he's messed it up a couple of times. So he's like, when he fought Areola, there's plates in his right hand. So like he had to get surgery on it a couple of times. But the fact of the matter is, there's steel in his right hand.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fury's tampering with the gloves. Wilder's tampering with his hand. He got steel in his hand. How about that?
Yeah.
We got my main man, Red Glove Militant here. Shout out to my boy, Red Glove Militant. He said, "What's up, True School and Pops? How you doing, champ?"
What's going on, guy? What's going on?
Love Red Glove Militant. He's always here. We got Mitch Gibson here. He's asking about Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. Errol Spence wipe him out. No doubt about it. We got Johnny Best. He says, much love from Malaysia. Shout out to Malaysia.
Malaysia.
The site where Manny Pacquiao knocked the hell out of Lucas Batiste.
Damn, put him out.
Put him the hell out. Heuristic Beauty says, the best father-son duo on the net. You already know. We the Jordan.
Yeah,
we like Jordan and Pippen.
That's it. Thank you.
We got, let me see. Freddie Mars says, so happy the rubber match is July 18th and not next fall. Yeah, God forbid we had to wait the whole year just for what we know is already going to happen. You know, Fury folding them up. Not even Lomachenko's father, Papachenko, can save Deontay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. He's got a lot of that's a skill trainer right there. You're right about
Great
that.
Trainer. J-Bone says, I'm glad I stumbled on your channel. It's hard to find a good non-biased boxing channel. Just subscribe. I appreciate it, J-Bone. And the funny thing, J-Bone, I'm going to address your comment. A lot of people say, well, BT, you're biased. You hate this fighter. You hate that fighter. Listen, I don't hate any of these guys. I've always said this. There's only one fighter since I've been covering boxing on YouTube that I'll allow you to call me a hater for. And he's not fighting anymore. That's Andre Ward. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. When he fought, I couldn't stand Andre Ward.
But you love him as a commentator.
But as a commentator, everything he wasn't as a fighter, he's everything as a commentator. Yeah. So fair play to him.
Respect. And he did comment on your true.
He did. He seemed like a very nice guy.
Yeah.
So fair play to him.
Respect to him. Yeah.
But look, Deontay Wilder. I don't hate Deontay Wilder. In fact, I got a video coming out on Friday. You know what? Programming reminder and alert. Friday at midnight. So Friday at midnight, Eastern Standard Time. I have a 7-hour video dropping. Now, obviously, I don't expect you to watch the whole thing because who the hell's gonna sit there and watch a 7-hour video? Yeah. But you can watch it in spot. You can watch it in increments. I got a video called Deontay Wilder, 5 years a fraud. Right, the rise and fall of the Bronze Bomber, and it's basically a video with all of my videos throughout the last 5 years about Deontay Wilder.
Oh wow, conversation,
as well as interviews I've done with people about Deontay Wilder. It's pretty much in chronological order. I made like 1 or 2 errors here and there, but it's pretty much in chronological order. And you're gonna see when he won the title against Laverne, how excited I was about it, how good I thought I was VP for American boxing in the division. And then you're gonna see over time how as his behavior changed and as he changed, so did my opinion. So yeah. I say that to say this. I don't hate none of these fighters. I have great respect and admiration for these fighters. But if you listen, we call a spade here on True School Sports. If you're on some bullshit, we call it out.
Yeah, straight up.
It don't matter who it is.
I mean, but to be fair, all these fighters, we got to give respect. They put their life on the line each time they go out there. So we're just giving our opinion based on what we see, what we feel.
Stephen Kraft asked me, who's Young Pharaoh? Yeah, I asked that same question when I had people in my comments saying, Jay Farrell was right. I'm like, who the fuck is Jay Farrell? So I had to Google it up. I mean, yeah, man. Red Glove Militant says, I'm glad you had a good time in Texas. Oh, I had a great time in Texas. I almost didn't want to come back. Straight up. Yeah, Larry Hall, are you going to the April 17th DAZN card, Prograis versus Hooker? I'm like 50-50 on that one. I know I could probably get access to it, but it's just a matter of, would it make financial sense to go? Could I have my thing go there secured? And plus, Inoue Casemiro is the next week, and I really want to go to that one more. So if I don't go to that fight, I'm definitely going to Casemiro Inoue. But there's a possibility I might go to both of them. You never know.
Wow.
You never know. So yeah, man, just a lot of stuff going on, man. Larry Holmes fought good fighters in his day. I don't care. Nobody say he beat Ernie Shavers. Thank you. He's been doing this, and this comes from my man William Kittles. So shout out to William Kittles. Yeah, man. Larry Holmes, the Eastern Assassin, fought tough fighters. We're talking about Terrible Tim Witherspoon, Ernie Shavers.
Good jab too. One of the best jabs.
Leon Spinks. Yes, Wilder is the rabbit punching king. This guy freaking got steel rod in his hands, but the Wilder fans never talk about that. They never talk about it, ever. Let's see.
Who's it?
I like this one. These Puerto Ricans that can't fight in real life getting their revenge, talking trash about boxers on YouTube. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say what I can and cannot do. So if that's what you want to think, then you're entitled to it. But we appreciate you for being here.
And God bless
lift
you.
every voice, and God bless
That's
you
it.
and your family. And I wish nothing but just great things for you to happen.
Positive, brother.
I'm being positive. So you're gonna sit here and try to get me upset? That's not happening.
Yeah.
God bless you and hope you enjoy the rest of your life. What else we got? When are we going to see Spence Crawford in 2020? Wait, are we going to see in 2029? Probably not. Probably at this rate, the way it's going. Let's see what else we got. We got when are we going to see Spence Crawford? We're gonna get to like 2 more comments and then we're gonna move on to talking about the DAZN card because I know my dad, you have to go to sleep soon.
Yeah.
And, you know. On show. Here we go. All right. Enrique Lewis says, what does Wilder, Shields, and Marlon Esparza have in common? They're all ex-Litlians, but they love to run that mouth. That is true. Clarissa Shields hasn't lost yet. She's still undefeated. But literally, Esparza, Marlon Esparza, my future baby mama, my future ex-wife, Sinisa Estrada, she fought her in a grudge match. And Sinisa Estrada absolutely folded her up. And she did the same thing Wilder's doing.
Right.
Oh, she headbutted. She fought dirty. She did this, that, and the third. And before the fight, she was talking all this stuff about what she was going to do and all this stuff. So, yeah, I agree with you, Enrique. And good to see Enrique. He's a loyal supporter of the channel.
Thank you, Enrique.
Let me go up and get to one more comment because I'm sure I missed one or two. Shout out to my man, Chase Athletic. I see you, boy. I see you, champ. I see you. Let's see. David Lawrence Graham says, loving your work. True School Sports. Shout out to David Lawrence Graham. One more comment. Let's see. Yeah, this is a non-boxing comment, boy. Actually, let's go to this comment. We got oh man, this man's got jokes. My man Lift Area Boy says, my fault, y'all. They're not Puerto Rican. Only Dominicans get mad over comments. Well, I'm part Dominican too, so what are you talking about?
Hey. God bless.
God bless. I don't know.
Bless.
I mean,
doesn't matter what you want to call.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're trying to make this a race
thing. Day,
but God bless you.
End of the day, we all bleed red. Guess what?
Red.
God bless you.
That's it. God bless you. That's it. You know what? That we got 2 sayings here on True School Sports this year. The first one is when things try to go wrong, we said that they try and get us beat, but that's not happening. And the second one is God bless you. That's the second one. In fact, God bless you is gonna be a for life statement. Honestly, God bless you.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. All right, but now let's move on to the DAZN card. I know you didn't get a chance to watch the whole card. Unfortunately, you couldn't make it out to Frisco.
I know, man.
So you weren't there with me.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. Let's talk about, our boy, Chocolatito Gonzalez. He's destroyed Kal Yafai in just clinical fashion. Kal Yafai, who was undefeated coming into the fight, a younger fighter coming into the fight, a bigger fighter coming into the fight. He was the UK's longest reigning current world champion at the time of the fight.
Yeah.
And what did Roman Gonzalez do?
Tore him up.
He folded him up like a blue steel chair, like The Rock, like Chris Jericho, like Kurt Angle.
That's the experience of a youth. I always say that.
So he got a 9th-round stoppage.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
I think it was great for it was a good experience also for Yafai for fighting a legend like Chocolatito, but for Chocolatito was the best thing that ever happened to him. That's what champions do. Nobody gives him credit. They always call him the underdog. But let me tell you something. You can be the underdog, but when you got God on your side, you can overcome anything. And that's what Chocolatito has done. He come out there. He showed the energy. He fought the inside fight. And he showed why he's a true champion. And I'm so happy for him to see him get a title.
Yeah, me too, man. I was there ringside. And, I sat next to 2 very prominent people in boxing to my right in press row. I had my boy Sean Zattel from Fight Hype. He's killing it right now for Fight Hype, formerly the Boxing Voice. And then to the next chair over was the great Radio Raheem.
You can't have that into that.
So I sat next to both of them, and I didn't really talk much of the fight because I was watching the fight. I was really tuned into the fight, but I listened to them, and neither one of them they weren't really too familiar with Kal Yafai. So I had to fill Sean in about Kal Yafai, his career, the title reign, and stuff like that.
But not to cut my DTR, but what I like about what's amazing is you got all these channels that are prominent and well respected, but they only know about the big names that the media always keeps out there. They don't know about the little guys or the little weights, the little divisions, and that's why True School Sports and BT will make a difference, because he actually follows every weight class and does the best that he can to get anything on anything else.
Yep.
And that's one step above that's going to make him better than the rest of the channels out there. No disrespect to Ray Raheem, and definitely no disrespect to Sean Zattel from Fight Hype. So you gotta if you're gonna be out there, you gotta be knowledgeable about everything, not just one set thing, and that's BT.
Yeah. Well, for whatever reason, I'm not gonna say why, but they just weren't too familiar with Kal Yafai, which
Yeah, I'm not taking that.
he's not like he's not somebody that puts himself out there either. So
Yeah.
I understand if you're not somebody who falls a small weight class, I get it.
Yeah.
But Kal Yafai, listen, Kal Yafai was no like I'm not gonna sit here and hype him up and say he was this great fighter. To probably Chocolatito, he was a good fighter. He was a solid. He had proven himself to be a solid world level fighter. He was a fighter that when he won the world title against Luis Concepcion, he was. People forget this.
Yeah.
He was the underdog in that fight.
It's crazy.
Against Concepcion. Concepcion was a 2-weight world champion. I believe he was about top 5 or top 6 on Ring Magazine ranked at the time. And that was the fight where Kal turned in the best performance. Boxing on the back foot, counter punching, doing well at mid range, pressing, closing that gap when he needed to. So you can make the argument that Kal Yafai probably shouldn't have ever even been champion in the first place because he was the underdog in the Concepcion fight.
Yeah.
But he won that fight, and it's weird because I told you this. Every fight, every title defense he made, he never fought that way again.
It's crazy.
He hands up, pressing forward. So and it worked for him because Matchroom got him the right opponents to do that with.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I thought he got a gift against Israel Gonzalez, in my humble opinion. But when he fought Gonzalez, he tried to fight that same fight he fought against the other 5 guys.
He didn't use his height at all or his range. I mean, he's a taller fighter. And my son was telling me also that his punches were wide. They were not in they were out, punches out. Yeah, no, his punches were real wide. When you fight like Gonzalez, you gotta be shorter than short. You gotta be your punch need to be as short as compact as possible because for him they come out real short, compact. He moves well. He's always on balance. He gets good leverage behind all of his shots. Yeah, and at the same token, you were saying Chocolatito also came up with the new trainer doing more jabbing. Yes. So it was his third fight with Marcos Caballero, who is the father of former world champion at 122, I believe, Randy Caballero. Right. And this is his third fight with him. Obviously the first fight he had when it was that devastating knockout against Moises Fuentes. But there was a subtle tactical adjustment he made in this fight, which I thought is going to be great for his career moving forward, and it was great in this fight. Yeah. So Gonzalez is not a fighter that's known for his jab. He's not known for using his lead hand being his left hand, being his orthodox fighter. He's not known for that. Right. But in this fight, he used it a lot to set punches up. He used a jab to set punches up. He used a jab to control the head of Kal Yafai, kind of just putting it out there, and he would use it to spin off of him, right? So this allowed Roman Gonzalez to control the center of the ring, control the pace of the fight, and step around him to create new angles. And because of that, he was able to really just hurt. That was a crazy knockout, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, and then just a right hand from hell. He threw a throwaway jab. Kal lowered that right hand, lowered his left hand just enough, and boom! I was like, wow, I could not believe that at all. It's crazy. It was absolutely insane, man. So just shout out Chocolatito. He's now world champion again. Now there's big talk there's big talk about him. We'll get to that in a second. You continue. We're not gonna. You're making me laugh, man. Yeah. But listen. He won that fight against Kal Yafai, and now he's got a belt again. He's world champion again after. Man, listen, it's funny because when he lost to Rungvisai, you couldn't stop the Chocolatito sucks or BT, you overrated him, or he was never pound king comments. You could never stop those comments, but all of a sudden. I mean, and he's trying to say it. He's trying to say it's good after so many years. Chocolatito was, nobody doubted him and everything. For him getting this big win, it shows. I haven't seen any hating comments since then. No. So, it's good to see that people are starting to catch on to the greatness of Chocolatito, which I've been trying to tell everybody about for years and years. But, now there's big fights when you got Gallo Estrada, you got Cajas, you got maybe the Kazusoto Ioka Tanaka winner for the IBF belt. What fight for Chocolatito are you most interested in seeing? I like to see him fight Estrada, to be honest with you. I like to see him fight Estrada, but oh God, I already know where you're going with this. And my son was telling me he needs to stay away from Rungvisai. Stay away from him, champ. But I would like to. You don't got to do that. There's no reason for that. At all. Listen, I thought he was talking about a Japanese fighter. I forgot Tanaka. I don't think Tanaka will be a tough fight for him if he beats Ioka and fights for the IBF belt. But if Kazusoto Ioka beats Tanaka, then I think that's the route he should go. I don't think he should go into the Estrada fight straight away. But I'll be honest with you, and listen, I'm going to share an unpopular opinion, and you guys are going to say, well, you're just saying this because you love Chocolatito, but I genuinely believe this.
I think Roman Gonzalez can beat Estrada. I don't think it means a damn thing that Estrada's in his prime.
Yeah.
I don't think it means it because a lot of these times these guys are they say like a lot of people who like Gallo Estrada that wanted to meet Roman Gonzalez. They say, oh well, Gallo wasn't in his prime. Gallo fought him at 112. He was young, and honestly, I don't think it really matters. Like it really doesn't matter because of the styles. The styles make the fights. Gallo Estrada is a counter puncher. He's somebody that while he can throw high volume of punches, I just think his style is perfect for Gonzalez, and he is going to be an underdog. I would favor him. But I would pick Roman Gonzalez. Yeah. I would pick him. I just think and breaking down a Chocolatito fight is this simple. If you can't back him up, you cannot beat him. Yeah. That's it. And I don't believe that Gallo Estrada can back up Roman Gonzalez for a 12-round fight. I don't care about when he was young. I don't care about when he's in his prime. I don't care if it was at 112. I don't care if it was at 115. I don't give a damn if it's a heavyweight or whatever. I don't care. Yeah. He can't back him up. He can't beat him.
Everybody's getting on the lift. Everybody's getting on his case.
Huh?
Everybody's getting on his case. Hey, Lift.
No. Go ahead.
I love it though. The guys are getting back on. But hey, Lift, there ain't nobody hating on Wilder. You get it wrong. You must got your feelings really hurt, but you must be really
I mean, you know what it is.
A Wilder lover, whatever.
You know what it is. You know what it is. I'll come to learn this about a lot of the Wilder fans.
Yeah.
So like me.
Don't hate. Don't be just like Wilder. Accept the reality of things and move on like real people do.
But you know what I realized about? I'm not going to generalize every Wilder fan because not all of them are crazy. And not all of them like to play the race card. But like I've noticed with every Wilder, a lot of Wilder fans that for them it's bigger than boxing. Yeah. Like for me, I just like boxing. For me, I'm a fan of the fight game. I'm a fan of every weight class. But for them, no. I'm just quoting you guys. I'm not saying anything that anybody in the LDBC hasn't said. Yeah. I've heard things like, he fights for us. He's doing it for the culture. You know, and it's like, okay, fair play to him. But like honestly, I don't care about none of that. I'm colorblind.
Hey, like how many heavyweights before Wilder came out and they fought for all kinds of cultures and represented in the right way? And I'm gonna tell you one person that's done that. His name is the greatest, Muhammad Ali. What are you all going to say about that? Huh? Muhammad Ali. Put respect in that name forever and ever and ever. Okay? He got knocked down. He got back up. He didn't make no excuses. And he brought all cultures all together. So why are you guys hating or saying that, that we hating on Wilder or that we're hating on this? No, the fact is he got his ass whooped.
I'm not hating on listen. I'm not going to say I'm hating on Wilder, but I'm definitely piling it on. Yeah. I'm piling it on because this is if you're a Wilder fan, right, and you're new to this channel and you're just finding out about me for the first time, and you're saying, "Well, this guy's hating on him." This whole ever since the Wilder fight, I'm taking 5 years of you Wilder fans telling me about
True School Sports from back in the day before Wilder was anything. When my son made videos on Wilder about being good and being right,
I liked them.
So why you continue on, boys, talking about that we hate and this and that? I think you got your feelings hurt because your boy got his ass whooped.
That's it. That's so what it comes take your Bomb Squad membership card and put it back in your wallet.
Yeah, and move
put
on.
A smile on your face. Have a coconut smile.
I mean, don't hate. The whole LDBC thinks we're haters, and it's not about hate. It's the reality of
who
things.
Who cares what they think? Let's move on to the next comment. Mel Sevilla says, "Your thoughts on Pac versus Mikey Garcia next is boring. Pac should fight Spence. It's time." Okay, well, Mikey Garcia versus Pacquiao. I mean, I'm gonna put it like this. Now I'm gonna look right into the camera when I say this. Yeah. If Mikey Garcia fights Mikey Pacquiao, you want to bed?
Yeah, because
all right. So Pop's going to bed.
God bless to all you guys. Even God bless to you, the boys. Lots of love for being here on our channel, and God bless everybody. Thank you so much.
That's it. Shout out to Pops, the legend. He's leaving the building. Yeah. But let's talk to my boy Mel. My man Mel says, I was saying if Mikey fights Pac is gonna rip him a new asshole. I just don't think I can't see Mikey Garcia being able to compete with Manny Pacquiao, even at Manny Pacquiao's advanced age of 41. I've always called Mikey Garcia the James Harden of boxing because he's somebody that's extremely talented but lacks a lot of heart. And it's the same thing in basketball. James Harden is probably he might be the most talented basketball player in the world. He's up there. He's in the top 3, top 5 most talented players in the world, but he's never going to win because he has no heart. He don't play defense. He relies heavily on free throws for his offense. So, to me, Mikey Garcia in boxing and James Harden in basketball one and the same. But I think Pac should fight Spence. I think Spence's style is tailor made for Manny Pacquiao, and I got a video on record saying that. I made that video in August, so that's my opinion. But let's get to the comments down below, because I'm sure we got some marvelous comments from some marvelous people. Let's see. Man, lift every voice. You need to. You're hilarious, man. You're hilarious. For Browsing says, what do you say? Estrada has mastered length now. He's longer and is better he's better in this division. This is 115, not 112. I mean, that's great. Fair play to him. I mean, he's a great counterpuncher. I think he's got a legitimate claim. And I know people are going to say, well, what about Canelo? But, I think Gallo Estrada is the best Mexican fighter in boxing. Not Canelo. I think he's the best Mexican fighter in boxing, or he's right there with him. And the thing is with him, he doesn't have all the gray areas and controversies surrounding like Canelo. So it's a lot easier to get behind a guy like Estrada, who's fought, the best. He's fought Cuadras, he's fought Gonzalez in his prime, he fought Gonzalez twice in 2 great fights. As far as him mastering the length, I would agree with that. I think he has mastered the length, but it's one thing to master the length against a guy like Rambasai who's there to be hit, versus a guy like Chocolatito who is always on balance, doesn't waste movement, throws a steady stream of 5 to 6, 7 punch combinations. And I just think now, look, I know he's older, but I think the time off did good for him, because this is a guy, Chocolatito, that boxed for 13 years straight, from 2015 to, when he lost to Rungvisai. From the time he got to the States to the second Rungvisai loss, everybody he fought was a world champion or a former world champion or, world championship material. He fought nothing but killers every fight he had, from Edgar Sosa to Rungvisai. So when you don't have that break, when you don't have that, get that time to recoup, it can do a lot on the body. And I think it's done some well. And I think his body has gone into the weight, and, he fights Estrada. I think he'll beat him. I think he might even stop him, straight up. I think he struck up a good partnership with Marcos Caballero. They're making a couple of little tweaks here and there to his style that have already proven that have shown to go a long way. So should be a good fight. I'll go for the upset. I'll go for Chocolatito. I think he can get it done against Estrada, in my humble opinion. But no disrespect to Estrada. Estrada is an absolute beast. I'm a fan of him. I think he's, even though he's a pound for pound caliber fighter, I think he's really, really just underrated as a fighter. But it's your boy BT. We're live here on YouTube. It is currently 1:10 a.m. here in Miami, Florida. We had Pops on earlier, so if you missed that, watch the replay. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let's get into the other fights. So we had Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas, and I'll say this about Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas: that fight was very disappointing to me from the Vargas side of things, because with Vargas being the guy who held a belt at 147, being the bigger guy, I really thought and expected him to turn in a better performance. And he had some success early on, he was landing that counter left hook on Mikey a lot. But then as the fight wore on, it's like Mikey's power began to wear him down, and he really got his respect. So, I think it was the 6th, 7th round. He dropped Vargas, and Vargas had the fight beat out of him. So I don't know how. I don't want to take away from his win, because it is a good win. He did beat a former welterweight, belt holder, but. It's a known fact. Jesse Vargas was already eyeing a move up to 154. He hadn't fought at welterweight in roughly two years. So, with that being said, how good of a fighter was Jesse Vargas on the night? And that's not to take away from it. That's just asking a legitimate question. To go from that to fighting Manny Pacquiao, I just think it's too big of a jump for Mikey Garcia. And I think once he fights Manny Pacquiao and gets touched by that left hand, he's gonna fold, because he's done it before in his career. This is the same guy that when he fought Salido, he quit. He won on technical decision, but those who watched the fight know that he quit that fight. He was looking for a way out, and they just happened to benefit him. That's why when he came back from his long layoff, you know, if we look at all the fighters he's fought for the most part since he came back, it's been safe opposition, safe hand-picked opposition. Eligio Rojas, Zlatikin for the WBC title, Broner after a really bad performance against Granados, Robert Easter Jr., the weakest champion at 135, that had gotten a couple of gifts. You know, he fought Spence for the money, and he fought that fight with the intensity of a second-rate sparring partner. And then he fought Vargas, who hadn't fought a welterweight in 2 years. So, like, look, that it sounds like I'm hating right now, and I'm not really known for being a Mikey Garcia fan over the years, but, I mean, you got to see it for what it is. He's picking his opponents very wisely. He's moving his career really well, and that's his prerogative. He's entitled to do that. But you can't expect me to get behind the guy when he blatantly ducked Lomachenko and Jorge Linares at 135 to fight Sergey Lipinets at 140. And then now he fought Vargas at 147, who really he was going to move 154. And we know that Vargas took this fight for the money as well. So that's just my opinion on the matter. I think he gets mollywopped and stopped by Manny Pacquiao if they fight. No doubt about it. I mean, a lot of you guys are disagreeing with me about Estrada. And that's fair. And listen, fair play. That's why he's going to go into that fight as an underdog. Most people are going to pick Estrada to win that fight. And you know what? They should pick Estrada to win that fight because guess what? Guess what? Estrada has become one hell of a fighter over the years. Estrada has become, you know, a world-class, pound-for-pound, top-drawer, creme de la creme type fighter over the years. You know, he's a mini, in his own way, he's a mini Juan Manuel Marquez. So, you know, he's fantastic, and I got nothing but the utmost respect for him. You know, he really turned in a masterclass against the guy that beat the hell out of Gonzalez, which was Rungvisai when he rematched him. But I mean, listen, people are gonna say all these things about Estrada being a better fighter, mastering the distance, all this stuff. But you know, as good of a boxer as he is, he's still the same guy that got outboxed by Rungvisai. Rungvisai outboxed him in the first fight. Rungvisai was counterpunching him. Rungvisai was outthinking him. Rungvisai was winning the battle of positioning in the first fight. So Rungvisai outboxed him. And if Rungvisai can outbox him, you best believe, you bet your bottom dollar that Romo Gonzalez, a motivated, Marcos Caballero trained Romo Gonzalez who's going to be very, very hungry to continue his title reign, to unify titles for the first time in his career. I don't see how a economical counterpuncher, a great economical counterpuncher, beats Chocolatito. I can't see it unless he's able to hurt him and get his respect, which I don't think he will. So you know, I'm in the minority. I'm picking Chocolatito for the upset. I think he's going to fold Gallo up. He's going to fold him up because everyone's been saying, well, you know, he lost to Gonzalez because he was young. And I was just talking to I was talking to this girl named what was her name? Lizette. You know, she's Romo Gonzalez's photographer. I met her at the fights. Lovely person, lovely woman. She knows her boxing. She knows about Gallo. She spent time with Gallo doing photography for his camp and Gonzalez's camp. And we were talking about that fight. And I was telling her, right? I was like, look, Gonzalez is not going to lose to Gallo Estrada because Gallo Estrada cannot back him up. If you can't back him up, you can't beat him. And you're not going to beat Romo Gonzalez just counter punching him around the ring. He's too intelligent of a pressure fighter. He's too devastating of a puncher for him to allow you to do that. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been done yet. So I'll tell you this: if Gallo goes into that fight and let's just say he outboxed Romo Gonzalez for 12 rounds, doesn't get hurt, then he's even better than we thought he was. But I can't see it happening. But bet your bottom dollar when it does happen. I got I'll be there in LA because it'll probably be in LA, and I'll be there when Romo Gonzalez stops Gallo Estrada and beats him. You heard it here first. He's gonna stop Gallo Estrada. My man Chase Athletic, he says, bro, when are you paying Mundo Boxing Gym a visit? You're asking the right question. Well, I didn't have time to do it last week because I was in Texas. I'm back home now. And we're getting back into the swing of things. So I've been saying this for a while, but hopefully this week I'm trying to get down there this week. It's kind of far from me. So Hopefully this week. We'll see tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna try to shoot for tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow. Just what I can tell you, Chase, is be on the lookout for my posts. Like, you know, those little posts that you see on YouTube, like the social media posts that I make sometimes. When it happens, you will see a picture of me there. So just be on the lookout there. All right. Let me see. Let's get to some more comments. Yeah, no, Mikey Garcia is definitely handpicking his opponents. He don't want no smoke. He don't want no damn smoke, bro. And it's ridiculous. Like, but I'll tell you this though, he's got a lot of fans. I was there this week. I'm trying to figure out, and maybe for those of you here who maybe like Mikey Garcia, because somebody explained to me why the hell is he so popular? Like, I know he's a champion and whatnot, but like, why is he such a popular fighter? Because I was trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. Let me know. Why do you think Mikey Garcia is such a popular fighter? Because he does get a lot of support. Fort Browsing says, young Mikey held his own in sparring against a prime pack. I agree he's a ducker, but he's a street boxer, puncher, counter puncher who's mastered the fundamentals. He's a level above Lipinets, Proner, Easter, and Vargas. Yeah, no, he's definitely above those guys. No doubt about it. I mean, listen, sparring is sparring. We've heard, I've seen, listen, with my own eyes, I've seen C-level fighters dog out A-level fighters in the gym. I've seen it with my own eyes. So I don't put too much stock into the sparring. I just don't think when he gets touched by that left hand from Pacquiao, I think he's gonna go into Errol Spence mode like how it was in the Errol Spence fight. He's just gonna be happy to, just happy to go 12 rounds. You know, not really. He'd rather go on. He'd rather lose a 12-round decision than go out on his shield trying to go for broke. That's the mental makeup he has in big fights. He's already shown it, so it'll be no different when he fights Pacquiao, who will be going there to fold him up. Heuristic Beauty says it's because of ES News. Yeah, ES News. I mean, hey, Ellie Sightback's always showing Mikey Garcia love. Chase Athletic says he's going to be a good promoter, modern, business savvy. No, he's very business savvy. And honestly, like there was a rumor that he was supposed to fight here in Miami at Marlins Park. So if he fights in Marlins Park, I'll take back what I said because he's bringing big fights to Miami. But until then, you know, I'm gonna keep saying what I'm saying about Mikey Garcia. He takes advantage of social media. He lives in the biggest market. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, living in LA, being a Mexican, fighting in Texas a lot. You know, you're right. He's been very business savvy because I was there at the fight, right? And I knew he was popular. Like I knew Mikey Garcia was a popular fighter, but when I was at the fight, I was like, yo, he's really, really popular. Like there was about a good 13,000 people there, and I would say about 10,000 of them were there for Mikey Garcia. I mean, Jesse Vargas had almost no support. And I kind of felt bad for him because it's like they're both Mexicans. And like I did a video where I was asking people at the fights, like, yo, who do you think's going to win the main event? And everybody was like, Mikey. I think Mikey's going to win. You know, we got one guy who said Vargas. And I was like, oh, this is great. Shout out to this guy. I'm glad somebody realized that Mikey Garcia isn't the only Mexican fighting. But, yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. I'm not going to hate on the guy. I want to see him. I just think he's a diva. He's a talented fighter, but he's a diva, you know. But hey, fair play to him. He's doing good for his career. Let's see. LA12. Let's see what LA12 has to say. He says, I quote, I think Mikey got a shot if Manny Pacquiao fights like when he fought Adrian Broner. The third that fought Pacquiao is on another level, and maybe Pacquiao takes him lightly. I can't see Pacquiao taking him lightly if he sparred with him and he knows the fighter he is. I think he fought like that way against Broner because he probably took Broner lightly, you know. And it was, to be honest with you, with Broner's feet being as slow as they are, it was one of the easiest fights that could have ever been made for Pacquiao. He probably thought, you know, that they were just giving away money to charity, giving him his purse, because that's what it was. It was such an easy fight. So yeah, that's just what it is, man. But yeah, Mikey Garcia definitely ducked Lomachenko. That's why he went up to 147. So then he went to 140. He went up to 147 because it was a no lose situation for him. He goes up to 147. He fights Errol Spence in a big fight. If he wins, he's a legend. If he loses, Errol's too big for him, and he gets a big payday out of it. Then he has the built-in of excuse of saying, "Oh well, I can't make 135 anymore." because I just fought at 147. So it's great for him because now it gives him that built-in excuse to not fight Lomachenko, not fight, the killers that are coming up at 135. And, that's why we got to respect Teofimo Lopez as much as we do because, we got guys like Mikey Garcia, who's a 4-division champ, who's had all these fights, is this great fighter, supposedly, and he didn't want no smoke with the great Lomachenko. But then you got Teofimo Lopez, who's only really had 2 or 3, live body quality opponents. He just won a world title at the young age of 22. And what is he doing? He's asking for Lomachenko. He's asking to fight the best, at 22 years old. And you don't see that from many fighters alone. And I think I like what Teofimo Lopez is doing. He's setting a new standard. He's setting a new wave. He's setting he's showing a good example to the younger fighters that, look, if you're as good as you say you are, and if you're as talented as networks and people and the promoters and the fans say you are, then you should go out there and you should go validate it against the other best fighter in your weight class. And he's going to attempt to do that when he fights Lomachenko. They're saying May the 30th. It hasn't quite come off yet, but we'll see. All right. We got my man, Heuristic Beauty, saying that he's gunning for the best. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez is gunning for the best. Mike Garcia, he's gunning for the most money, which, fair play to him. You can't pay your bills with world titles. So, gotta do what you gotta do to make a living and set yourself up. I'm not gonna pay Mike Garcia's bills when he's retired. So, do what he should do what's best for himself. What he thinks is best for himself and his career. LA12, shout out to LA12. He says Mo Hooker versus Regis Prograis prediction. Hooker's new trainer Bomac says the fight will be easy. Says they will come in with a good game plan for the fight. Well, listen, let me tell you something about Mr. Bomac McIntyre. This guy is very quickly becoming one of the best trainers in boxing. He's very well renowned for his work with Terrence Crawford, as he should be. He's played a major role in Terrence Crawford becoming one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. And it's kind of funny to say that because you look at Bo McIntyre and he's about 2 times as round as this pillow. I mean, he's a real tubby guy, a real fat guy, but he knows how to train fighters. He can train his ass off. Done a great job with Terrence Crawford. Then you see him, and this to me, I find this more impressive than what he did with Crawford. He takes Jamel Herring, a guy who early in his career was underachieving, a guy in Jamel Herring who was an Olympian, a guy in Jamel Herring who I got stopped, beaten up, and humiliated by Dennis Shapovalov on ESPN Friday Night Fights. And he takes that guy and he turns him into a world champion who's, looking like a legitimate, threat to anybody in the division. So with that being said, man, I like Bo Mac. I like what he's done. He's also got another fighter. He's also working with another fighter who I'm very familiar with from the South Florida area, who I want you guys to be on the lookout for. He's working with Lawrence BT Newton, a fighter from South Florida, from Delray Beach. He trains out of the Delray Beach Boxing Club here in South Florida. He's going to be fighting on the Naoya Inoue Casemiro undercard, so look out for him. Bo Mac is also working with him as well. So to get back to your question, Hooker going straight into a Prograis fight? I mean, I don't know, man. I think if Bo Mac can allow Hooker to find and master the art of his range and his jab, then I think it's a very winnable fight for him because Prograis is a fighter that he doesn't like to jab himself. He's a fighter that he's very much a reflex fighter. He's very much a fighter that relies on his athletic abilities, his athletic prowess, his quick twitch muscles. He's not someone that likes to lead with a jab. So I think if they can master the art of fighting tall, winning the battle of jabs, they can make Regis Prograis have to reset a lot. Maybe they can set him up for a right hand or outpoint him. But I can definitely see multiple scenarios of Maurice Hooker winning this fight. But honestly, I mean, right now as it stands, I'm leaning a little bit more towards Prograis because I think he's just in terms of footwork, punching angles, things like that. I think he's going to clip Hooker at some point. Hooker's got a bit of that tall man syndrome, so I think if Prograis hurts him just one time in this fight, he's getting him out of there. So right now, my prediction as it stands right now at this moment is Prograis, but it could change before the fight. So ask me in about a month and it might be different, but right now it's Prograis by stoppage. What do you guys think? Who do you guys got in Hooker versus Prograis? Shout out to hold on, I just saw him. Shout out to my guy. Where is he? What the hell is the comment? I just saw a comment from this dude from Ireland. Where is he at? Where is he? Shout out to my boy Crazy Cat. Crazy Cat from Ireland. He says, "Morning from Ireland. Good morning to you, my friend. How you doing? How you feeling? How you feeling about boxing? Good fight, Regis versus Hooker. I might go to that. You might go to that. I might go to that too, actually, Chase. So if you're there, hit me up. I always like meeting my subscribers. You know, I don't get a chance to. I'm getting out a lot more these days. I'm going to more fights. I'm doing a bit more traveling. But I might go to that fight too. So if you want to go to the MGM Grand National Harbor in Oxon Hill in Maryland, hit a brother up. Let me know. We'll meet up. Yeah, I'm going pro here though. Let's see. I thought Hooker had a tune-up and KO'd his opponent in. Hold on. Sorry, right here. I thought Hooker had a tune-up and KO'd his opponent in like 2 rounds. Doesn't Hooker have like a heavyweight range? Yeah, he's got crazy range. I mean, he's got like I think his range is like in the 80s. Might be like an 82-inch reach. He might have had a tune-up. I don't remember if he did, but you're probably right because I remember when Bomac got with Jamel Herring, it kind of did the same thing. Like they had 2 or 3 quiet tune-ups, and all of a sudden he's fighting for the world title. Her Log Dog isn't a fan of the fight. He says Prograis versus Hooker is weak. I wouldn't say it's weak. I think it's a great fight. You know, you got 2 good styles. You got the quick twitching, power punching style of Regis Prograis versus the long range, you know, kind of boxer puncher style of Breeze Hooker. I like it. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight for like, you know, April, where there's not a ton of big boxing going on in April. I mean, you know, the biggest card of that month is Inoue Casemiro. Now that's the fight we're definitely going to. So listen, if any of you guys, anybody here is going to be in Las Vegas, April the 26th, I will be there live in the flesh for Inoue Casemiro. I don't know if I'm going to be there as media yet or if I'm going to be there as a fan, but I will be there. So let me know if you guys will be there for that. There's 34 of you in here right now. I've done quite a lot of talking. So is there anybody here who wants to join the live and talk boxing with your boy BT? Let me know in the comments. If you want to join down below and talk boxing with me, I'll send you the link. Let me know. But yeah. Oh, Log Dog says he's going with Prograis because Hooker can't take pressure. I can see that, but I'm interested if he has gotten with Brian McIntyre. I'm very interested to see what kind of like adjustments are made for that fight. That's probably the most interesting thing about that fight to me. So we'll see. It is also worth letting you guys know. Okay, I want to let you guys know that I will in fact be live this Saturday. You will get a live fight reaction, and I know it's been quite a long time since you got a live fight reaction. I think what was the last? I can't even remember what the last live fight reaction was. It's been a little bit of time, so you'll get a live fight reaction for the Adam Kalnaki Robert Helenius fight. It'll be another PBC fight. Hopefully, it's not a bum bash, but I can't see any scenario where Kanaki. I can't really see Kanaki losing. I think he's catching Helenius at the right time. I mean, this is the same Robert Helenius that got folded up by Gerald Washington. So that kind of tells you about how far he's fallen. Mystic Max says that Hooker folded a little easy when he fought Ramirez. I don't think he folded easy. He got hurt, and Ramirez hit him with like 9 punches in a row. He didn't fold easy. Ramirez made him fold. But he does strike me as one of those guys that, like, if you do hurt him once, you can get him out of there. But, you know, he's shown heart in the past. Like when he fought Alex Saucedo, that was a fight he was supposed to lose. You know, Top Rank overpaid him to get him to that fight because they thought Saucedo was going to be the next big thing. And he had to get up off the deck and stop Saucedo. So he's got heart. I wouldn't say he folds easy, but he does have a bit of tall man syndrome. So I do see where you're coming from, Mr. Mac. Let's see. Is Floyd offering to train Wilder versus Fury? Floyd can't even train Davis to finally fight Lomachenko, which is a similar puzzle. I can see what you're saying. Yeah, it's like a power punch versus a more technical fighter. Yeah, man. He was over there talking about in the UK. Right now he's doing a speaking tour, with Gold Star Promotions over there in the UK. And he said, "Look, I can teach Wilder how to win, how to beat Fury." So, Floyd, he's always he's great at keeping his name in the news and staying relevant. And I think that's just his way of trying to do that, of doing that again. So, it's nothing different than what we've seen in the past with Floyd. This freaking chick is DMing me again. Let's see what she's saying. Oh man, this girl's got some sass. She's trying to tell me about fucking boxing. Shout out to Liz. Shout out to her. She's nice. James Dickens says, let's see what my boy James Dickens is saying, because he's saying quite a lot. He says, I can see Deontay Wilder getting knocked out in the third fight. What is your thoughts on that? I agree. I mean, listen, I think Tyson Fury has found a style that works for him. I think him and Sugar Hill Stewart have good chemistry. I believe he trusts Sugar Hill's boxing knowledge and insight. I believe he trusts his advice, which is why he made the adjustments and sought him out in the first place. Listen, Fury was eating Wilder up, with the right hand. He hit him with a Dempsey shift a couple times, switching the weight on his feet in the middle of combination, switching stances to throw another combination, which led to the second knockdown, I believe it was. So Tyson Fury, he's on a whole other level than Deontay Wilder. I think if he does stop him, it'll be earlier. It's not going to take him 7 rounds. I think it's going to be 5 or less. The biggest surprise to me in a third fight would be if Wilder makes any tactical adjustments, because Wilder has been the same way for so long that any adjustments would be impressive from Deontay Wilder. Anything. Oh, he said, excuse me if I misspoke. What I meant to say was, I can see Deontay Wilder knocking out Fury in the third fight. What is your thought? Oh, okay. So he's corrected himself. Well, in that case, listen, Wilder's always going to be like contrary to what people think. Like, I don't hate Wilder to the point where I can't be objective. Wilder will always be a dangerous opponent, not just for Fury, but anybody, because of the power. He's always got that puncher's chance. He's always got that Hail Mary shot. But to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, and I made the joke about this after the fight when I went live. I was saying that Deontay Wilder is the black shade Kovalev, and I was saying it as a joke because I feel like this loss is gonna have similar effects to him as the Sergey Kovalev loss in the Andre Ward rematch did to him. Even though I thought he got controversially stopped in Ward, hit him in his nuts a bunch of times, but it had an effect on him because when Ward got the stoppage for that, it psychologically stripped Kovalev of his reputation. He was no longer the crusher after that. I mean, luckily for him, he refined his boxing style. He showed much of fortitude. He became world champion again, and he even made a title defense. So Kovalev doesn't get enough credit for that. But Wilder is not Kovalev. He doesn't have a world-class jab. He doesn't have world-class boxing ability. He has really nothing outside of punching power. So he has a bigger hill to climb, in my opinion. And I would say even more than Kovalev, his reputation was built on his punching power more than Kovalev. And because of that, and because of him just being stripped of that, I just think it's going to be a tougher time for him. I think this loss has hitting him a lot harder than it would for most fighters, because this guy thrives on being a power punching bulldozer, a power punching whirling dervish of a fighter. And for a guy in Fury who had the perception of a pillow fisted heavyweight to walk him down, fold him up, humiliate him, take his soul. I mean, damn it, he licked the blood off of his neck. Okay, humiliated him in every way, shape, and form. You just don't unless you're truly a special individual, you don't recover from a loss like that. So, that's why Manny Pacquiao was held in such high regard, because he got knocked out in humiliating fashion against Marquez. He came back and became world champion and has probably a great career after himself, even after that loss. So if Wilder is to do something similar to that, to like a Manny Pacquiao, then it would raise it would actually maybe have to change my tune a lot about Wilder, but I don't think I'll have to be honest with you. But if he does legitimately, and I say legitimately, stop Tyson Fury, I'll be the first one to come on here, humble myself, and say that maybe I was wrong about him. But until then, we're gonna keep talking our shit. My man, Edward Barano, he says, his costume was really heavy. No, I didn't hear. How many pounds was it? 20? Was it 20 pounds? Was it 30? Was it 40? Oh, it was 45 pounds. Whatever it was. 40 pounds, 45 pounds. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was really heavy. It was too much for his skinny little legs. Wilder is he's dangerous like a chipped pan fire. Throw a towel over him, however, and he expires. I agree, man. I mean, I just can't see him beating Tyson Fury. But, I guess that's why we're going to watch, because if he can beat Tyson Fury, then it proves that Deontay Wilder is special. Lift Every Voice says, SMH, y'all heard it. He promises to humble himself. Yeah, absolutely. I've come on YouTube and humbled myself plenty of times. When fighters have lost, or when fighters are coming prove me wrong, I'm never afraid to humble myself. I don't hate Deontay Wilder. Listen, I know you're a fan of Wilder, so you're used to when a guy loses, he doesn't know how to humble himself. Wilder can't humble himself and just give Tyson Fury credit. So I know you're used to that, being that you're a Wilder fanboy and a Wilder fan. I'm not like that. Let's say Wilder comes and he knocks Tyson Fury silly in the first round, I'm gonna say, wow, Deontay Wilder really is a warrior. He really is a king, because look at everything he came back from, all the scrutiny, all the adversity, getting humiliated in a rematch. I would really be singing a different tune. So, yeah, Lift Every Voice. You can when this video uploads and the replay's up there, you can download it. You can save this part of the video and you can upload it on YouTube, because I have no problem humbling myself. That's how confident I am that Deontay Wilder isn't beating Tyson Fury. All right. Inoue stops Casemiro in 5. I mean, they're going to trade. It's going to be a war. One of them, I think, will go to sleep in under six rounds. So it's not a bad prediction. Casemiro, though, is dangerous. We can't underestimate Casemiro. We got Question Everything IG Live. And you know what? I like your name. You should question on everything on IG Live, because there's some suspect things that happen on IG Live. But he says, I'll do it for you, family. Wilder is a pure bum. That's right. Let him know. Let him know, champ. My man Lift Every Voice says, okay, but yeah, in fact, I want you to save it, right? Put it on your hard drive, put it on a flash drive. And if he loses, if Fury gets his ass knocked out, you can come here on YouTube. You can upload the video and you can title the video "True School Sports Doesn't Know Shit About Boxing," and I'll have no problem with it. And I will still come on here and I humble myself. And if you catch me here while I'm humbling myself live, I will even come here and say, I'll call you out and say you were right, because that's the kind of guy I am, straight up. But there can't be any corruption, there can't be any sort of funny business. He's got to do it legitimately. Romo Gonzalez is champion again. You damn right, he's champion again. He's back on my pound for pound list. All right, he's on the pound for pound list again. He took the UK's long to not too far away from being 33. A damn near mid-30s flyweight fighter. At an age where flyweights are no longer competing at the top level of boxing, and he absolutely folded him up like a blue steel chair, killed him. Kal Yafai will never be the same again, I don't think. I talked to Kal after the fight, and they were discouraged. It almost like he was in disbelief with how good Romo Gonzalez was. Because he didn't, I asked him for an interview after the fight. He didn't want to do any interview. But one thing I will say about Kal Yafai, unlike Deontay Wilder, he didn't make any excuses about the fight. He just told me that Romo Gonzalez was a better man. I got no excuses. I got not one excuse. He's just the truth. He's an amazing fighter, and I was happy to share the ring with him. So Kal, even though he didn't give me the interview, he talked to me for a bit, and he was humble in what he said. He was humble in victories pretty much his whole career, and he's also humble in defeat. And for that, he's one of boxing's true warriors. So I wish Kal Yafai nothing but the best. I'm hoping for him. I think right now for him the perfect fight would be the Charlie Edwards fight, because it's a big fight domestically in the UK. Charlie Edwards is ranked number 12th in the WBO. He's a former world champion. And it's a fight that I think he can win. I think he would stop Charlie Edwards brutally. I think he's a better fighter than Charlie Edwards. So, that's a fight he needs for himself. And I think that's what his team, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, and all parties involved should go look to do. But yes, there's a reason why me, you, and a handful of others on this channel call Roman Gonzalez the real TBE, and why we had him as our fighter of the decade, because we know how talented he is. But aside from his talent, we know not that he's just a talented fighter, but that he's also, as far as his spirit, as far as his mental toughness, one of the most special fighters in boxing. And you know what? I'm so freaking excited about Roman Gonzalez winning that fight. Look, I still got my wristband. I still got my Matchroom Boxing wristband on, because when you go to the Matchroom Boxing fights, they don't give you a nice credential. They give you these wristbands. So I'm still wearing my credential from the fight, because that's how hype I am to see Chocolatito as world champion again. Straight up. But yeah, man, it's great to have him back as champion again. Boxing deserves to have Chocolatito back as champion again. We got my man, Mystic Mac. He says, if there was one fight this year you would really want to see, what would it be? Now you're asking the great questions. I think the obvious answer would be Fury versus Joshua for Undisputed. Chocolatito versus Estrada rematch. Like, those are the two obvious ones, because those are two fighters that I admire greatly. But let's think outside the box here for a second. What's a fight that I would really like to see? You know what? I think I would say Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez for Undisputed at 140. That would be an exceptional fight, because Jose Ramirez is the only fighter at 140 that I genuinely believe could beat a Josh Taylor. I think Jose Ramirez is amazing, and outside of him, nobody at 140 is fucking with Josh Taylor. Nobody's beating him. Straight up. Edward Barano says, why couldn't Luis Ortiz stop Wilder? And he's asking a great question. Well, here's my humble opinion on why that didn't happen. I think he didn't stop Deontay Wilder for two reasons. Number one, Deontay Wilder is a tough fighter. He's got, toughness to him. He's got toughness about him. And I've always said, if you're going to beat Deontay Wilder and stop him, it's going to take a special performance like what Tyson Fury did. That's one reason. But the second reason is because Luis Ortiz just went to the head. He kept going to the head. He had him out on his feet. He had him hurt. And he couldn't put any body shot combinations to memory when he had him hurt. So that cost him the fight. And I knew after the first fight he had given Wilder his best shot, and there was no chance he's beating Wilder in the rematch. Which is why, if you go back and watch my videos in the build to that fight, I thought that fight was a waste of time, the rematch, because what was there to settle? He beat Ortiz. Edward Parano says, Roman's trainer really fucked him up. Was it really Roman's side or something that beat him twice? The Thai guy was basic. Well, I don't think you could say that Rung Vasai was basic, because Rung Vasai, after that fight, outboxed Gaio Estrada. So he's a bit more than basic. I personally think, like, my humble opinion, I don't think he lost the first fight. I thought it was a horrible decision. It was a robbery of the highest order. He clearly won that fight. Okay? Clear as day won that fight. I think Rung Vasai in their first fight, it was a perfect storm for him. Gonzalez had a lot of things going outside the ring going into the fight. He had just come off the back of a tough fight with Cuadras, which was his first fight at 115. It was a war. He won, but it was a war. He had to go through a lot to win that fight. So that's one. Two, his trainer that he's had his whole career died 3 months after the Cuadras fight and 3 months before the Rung Vasai fight. So then that threw him for a loop. And then Rung Vasai, there was a head clash earlier in the fight, and Rung Vasai is a tough fighter anyway. So it was a lot of things that went on going into the Rung Vasai fights. But I don't really look at the Rung Vasai fights as losses. I look at them as lessons with Chocolatito. And in the first fight, he got it robbed. So, I mean, the second fight, we know what happened, but I don't think there should have been a second. I don't think there should have been a second fight because Roman won the first fight clearly, but it's my opinion, which really doesn't mean a ton in the grand scheme of things, to be honest. What? Hold on. Lock Dog, you tripping. He is not beating Monster Inoue. No way. He barely beat his brother. I thought his brother should have got the decision, in my opinion. I thought it was a close fight. But nah, bro. He's not beating Naoya Inoue. He's lucky that his brother didn't have any punching power, because if his brother had any punching power, he would have folded him up. He would have got him out of there. Straight up. No doubt about it. He would have got Ubali out of there. But that's in my opinion. Because he was landing a lot of flush punches. He just didn't have the power to hurt him. For Browsing says Juan Versailles is not basic. He's orthodox with both. He's orthodox with both hands. No, he's orthodox with bombs in both hands. You're damn right. This freaking girl is trying to tell me about Caleb Plant. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm arguing with this chick right now on Instagram. She's trying to tell me that Caleb Plant is nothing special and he's not that good and he's not technically a great fighter. And I'm like, the only reason he's a world champion is because he's technically a good fighter and defensively sound. Like, I don't think he's the best fighter in the division, and now I picked David Benavidez to beat him because he's got massive stamina problems. But she's trying to make it sound like he's a bum. And she's like, oh, well, who has he fought? I'm like, well, he fought Porky Medina, and she's a big David Benavidez fan. And I'm like, he fought Porky Medina, the same Porky Medina that Benavidez fought. And she's like, oh, well, who did better? I'm like, well, it's debatable because while Benavidez stopped him, I don't think Caleb Plant lost a round of Porky Medina. So it's debatable. You know, I think there's a case I can make with Caleb Plant. But that's just my opinion. I mean, hey, I respect you, Locked On, because that's an original opinion. You know, Ubali is a strong, sturdy 118-pounder. So you might be right, man. He might catch Inoue at the right time. He might wear him down with the strength, and he might prove to be too much for him. We don't know. But that's a fight that I wouldn't mind seeing, but I wouldn't say it's the fight that I want to see the most in boxing. I think, for me, Taylor Prograis is probably – not Taylor Jose Ramirez, I'm saying. Jose Ramirez, that's the fight for me. That's the fight I really want to see. But yeah, it's your boy BT. We're live here. We've been live for almost 2 hours. So make sure y'all smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And make sure you support the channel. Got a lot of great stuff coming up here on True School Sports. Also, I've been live for almost 2 hours. So this is that part of the live. Anything goes. So anything you want to ask, it can be boxing related. It can be non-boxing related. Anything goes. Fire away. Ask whatever you want. Mystic Mac, my boy Mystic Mac says, did you catch Jay Harris against Julio Cesar Martinez? I thought Harris put up a hell of a fight, especially for someone who had never fought on that level before. Dude works full-time for Amazon, too. Yeah, I actually had a chance to interview Jay Harris. I don't know if you saw it. I mean, he didn't get a ton of views, but I interviewed Jay Harris. The title of the video was From Disneyland to the World Title, The Amazing Story of Jay Harris. So check it out. Check it out if you haven't checked it out already. I interviewed him. I did see it. I thought it was a great fight. I was surprised. I was absolutely surprised and impressed with Jay Harris because, you know, on paper, you look at the fight and you look at the credentials of Jay Harris. You know, European champion, Commonwealth champion, never fought at the world level. 17-0 with 9 KOs, I believe he was coming into the fight. So he looks like the prototypical British level fighter, making his step up to the world level against a tough Mexican fighter who's just not going to be able to hang or compete and will get blasted out really early in the fight. And that wasn't the case. What we saw from Jay Harris was special stuff. You know, he was putting Martinez in some uncomfortable positions. You know, he probably gave Martinez the toughest fight of his career. And, you know, he didn't look like a British level fighter. He looked like a guy that can challenge for world titles and will be a legit contender for years to come. So, and this is a guy that works full time for Amazon. You know, it's not even, you know, he works for Amazon, and he's over there giving Julio Cesar Martinez, one of the most dangerous fighters around 115 and 112, all he can handle. So all you can do is respect him. All you can do is take your hat out to him. It was a great performance. Yeah, fight of the night for sure. I gotta actually go back and watch the fight myself, and I want to do a video on it later on in the week. let's see. Look at my man Chase Athletics saying Lionel Thomas versus Jose Uzcategui. Did you see what Thompson did to Plant's biggest win? I think I saw, but it's not ringing a bell for some reason. Didn't he fold him up? Great night, great fights in Frisco. Romo Gonzalez is a straight class act. Also, Jay Harris impressed me as well. Yeah, man. Romo Gonzalez, class act, everything right with boxing. Jay Harris proved to be more than just another European cannon fodder opposition that they were feeding to Julio Cesar Martinez. Straight up. Some of you guys are saying that you had Jay Harris winning before. Oh, no, lift every voice. No, that's not how I roll. I'm going to leave it here right up for you. So I'm going to give you ample amounts of time to download this, to find the part where I said what I said, and do what you got to do. Because I don't have to worry. Tyson Fury is not losing to that. Tyson Fury is not losing to Deontay Wilder in the third fight. So you can do whatever you want. Martinez versus Gonzalez. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a banger that would be. I actually just did a video. It's funny you mentioned that. I actually just did a video talking about that exact fight possibility. That is a dream fight in the lower weight classes stylistically. I mean, we're talking about Romo Gonzalez, arguably the best pressure fighter of the last 25 years, fighting one of the most devastating pressure fighters in the lower weight classes on the come up in Martinez, who's 25 years old, who's very hungry, world champion, tested for, beat the likes of Christopher Gonzalez and Jay Harris, and he's improving on a fight-by-fight basis. So, yeah, man, make it happen. That's a very great fight. That fight could headline. That fight would be big enough, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion for what it's worth. Julio Cesar Martinez versus Romo Gonzalez is a big enough fight to sell 10,000 tickets in LA, because Martinez is getting a lot of popularity. I was there. He got a big reception from the crowd because he's Mexican. He's got Canelo. He's part of Team Canelo. So he's got that going for him, and he's a very exciting fighter. A great combination puncher. And then Romo Gonzalez. I mean, what can we say about him that hasn't been said already? He's the best. He's fighter of the decade. He's freaking a living legend. He's the, I can't even. I've run out of adjectives and superlatives to give Romo Gonzalez, because that's how great of a fighter he is. So stylistically, it's a great fight. Business-wise, it makes a lot of sense. I don't see why DAZN in Matchroom Boxing and taking promotions and Canelo's team, I don't see why they wouldn't look into making that fight next. Let Martinez move to 115 next, because to be honest with you, that's where the bigger fights are anyway for Martinez. Why waste time at 112 when you can get bigger money at 115 and get the fights you really want at 115? The fights that are really going to make you the money, get you the status that you want, and all the stuff you want in boxing is at the weight class above. So why waste time? What was it with Jesse Vargas? Bad body acne. Never noticed any of his other fights. Whatever is causing the acne might explain his incredible stamina and speed on this fight. I think you're trying to imply that he was on PEDs. We don't put that past any fighter. I know in the past Jesse Vargas has been accused of that. I know in the past he's worked with Angel and Memo Heredia, who has a checkered past in boxing. So, yeah, man. I think you're thinking probably what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna leave it at that. The commentator says that Martinez wanted to have a lot of defenses. Yeah, I read the same thing too. I read articles, and I heard interviews when I was there during the week about how he wants to stay at the belt, stay at 112 and defend the belt a lot. But my thing is, like, why? What is there to do at 112? I mean, you could fight it. Could you imagine if they put Martinez? Just think about it. Could you imagine if they put Martinez versus Gallo Estrada on a card in LA? You know how many tickets they would sell? That fight would sell out the StubHub Center. That is a StubHub Center type of fight, and it'd be a war, and it'd be an amazing Mexican war. Imagine that. I think he's wasting time. Like I think, fair play to him. Good for him. He wants to have a good title reign at 112. He worked hard for that belt. I understand where he's coming from, but man, there's so many big opportunities at 115. Why waste time? Why waste time? You know, I want to see him fight Gonzalez this year. Honestly, I'm not lying. I want to see him fight Chocolatito this year. It's a fight that wasn't on my radar in the past, but I've been seeing him this week and going back and watching past fight. It's one of my. It's now become one of my dream fights at 115. So yeah, keep dropping your questions down below, guys. Let me know what you think. Yeah, man, but been here for like 2 hours. I don't know. I feel like he has had bad body acne though. I can't put a fight to memory where he's had bad body acne like off the top of my mind, but like I know for a fact he's definitely had a fight with bad body acne at some point in time. The biggest possibility for Pacquiao right now, it seems to be Mikey Garcia. You know, that fight is picking up a lot of steam because of Mikey's performance, because of his name. And it's, in my opinion, it's not really a high risk fight for Pacquiao. I think it's the easiest fight for Pacquiao of the available options. And there's been rumblings, rumors that fight might be taking place in Saudi Arabia. So you know, I ain't even mad at it. You know, get your money, get it how you live. But you know, when Pacquiao folds you up, I don't want to hear nothing, man. I don't want to hear nothing because he is going to fold them up. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about him folding up Mikey Garcia from me. And if that doesn't happen and Mikey somehow wins, then damn, Mikey Garcia is a Hall of Famer. He's a freaking legend. What is your Teofimo Lopez Lomachenko prediction from my man Kal Velasquez? You must be new to this channel because everybody knows my prediction for that fight. I think Teofimo Lopez is going to stop Vasily Lomachenko. I've been saying it for months. I just think, you know, I think he's got Lomachenko figured out. I can't see a scenario where he wins and he outboxes Lomachenko because he don't have this. He needs to have the skills as far as technical boxing to compete with Lomachenko, but I think he does have the skills to definitely stop him. You know, with him being bigger, athletic. A really good counterpuncher, having a good sense of timing. You know, I think he's gonna catch him with a straight right hand and put him down. And yeah, Kelmer, I say that you're new because I've been saying for about a good year and a half, even when it was not even popular to say that this guy is the guy to beat Lomachenko and that he's gonna stop him. Even after the what's the name? The Nakatani fight. Even after the Nakatani fight where he didn't look so good, I held true to my belief that he is going to stop Lomachenko. And I'm sticking to it. So that's why I'm saying that. But if you are a new Kelmer, it's great. It's great to have new subscribers. It's great to have new friends. It's great to have new people on the channel. Now, we were just talking about Deontay Wilder. And, you know, when we were talking about Deontay Wilder, we were making a lot of fun and a lot of jokes of, you know, about his fans because, you know, his fans are known for saying a lot of things. You know, we had a couple of his fans here and, you know, his fans are known for saying things like this.
Tell that hoe-ass, faggot-ass nigga, change the M to a B, and then he can fuck with Deontay. Who? Oh, what you want to talk about? Dillian White? Dillian White? Oh, well, Dillian White. Dillian White. Dillian White. Well, who the fuck gives a fuck about Dillian White? Damn sure ain't the Pope.
It damn sure ain't the Pope. So yeah, we were talking about Wilder earlier. We had some of his fans coming here and, you know, just talking about that. You know, not really too excited about Wilder Fury 3 because in my opinion, it's a waste of time. It's holding up the undisputed fight, and we want undisputed. We want one face. We want one name. We want one champion. We want these things in boxing. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is, but. You know, I'll be covering everything that leads up to that fight on July 18th. We'll be covering here on True School Sports, and hopefully, you guys will be along for the ride as the channel continues to grow, as everything continues to grow because we are growing, and I'm happy for everybody that continues to support loyally and faithfully. I'm just amazed at it every single day. You know, it's been amazing. But But let's get some comments. We got my man Edward. She says, "Not this clown again." I just bought this like StreamYard premium thing recently, and they got this overlay feature. So I chopped up his clips because it's funny to me. Like I can't stop laughing at the clips because it's even funnier now that he lost. So anytime we talk about Wilder fans or Little Wilder fans, we're just gonna play that clip because it's hilarious. I don't know if you still think it's funny, but it's still funny to me. Edward Pareno says Bomb Squad. LOL. Yeah, the Pope was never Bomb Squad. Wilder's entrance was funny. I'm sorry. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good entrance. A good entrance. I didn't like the song. I thought the song was corny, but I thought the costume was cool. I thought it was cool until he started blaming the costume on his loss. I mean, what did the costume ever do to you? What did that big old battery pack ever do to you, champ? Didn't do nothing. So it is what it is. But yeah, for those of you that are here, I just want to let you guys know that I will be live Saturday for Adam Kaunaki versus Robert Helenius. So if you're going to be around, mark your calendars for that. We will be live for that. Let me see. I'm not sure there's boxing going on the next week. The following weekend, there's a local boxing card here on the 14th or the 13th. So I'll be at that. And then March 20th is Bad Promotions 2. Only the strong, or Bad Promotions, only the strong survive 2. That's Blake Davis, a local fighter here. Bad Blake Davis, a light heavyweight / cruiserweight prospect. He started his own promotional company. I went to his first fight card. It was one of the best. It was the best local fight card I've ever been to in my life. Top to bottom was great. And the second fight card I think will be even better. So be on the lookout for that. Fort Browson says the Pope's been sick. He has the coronavirus. Wilder got it from the Pope. Man, leave the Pope alone. The Pope didn't do anything to you guys. Pope's a good person. Leave him alone. But yeah, man, anything goes. Anything goes right now for the 40 of you that are in here. So anything you want to ask, anything goes. It don't even gotta be boxing related. It can be whatever you want it to be. But I would highly encourage everybody. Oh, I was going through my comments just now. I was reading my comments, and somebody commented on one of my Deontay Wilder videos about him firing Mark Breland. Somebody said that I look like Mark Breland. Hey guys, do I look like Mark Breland? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. Does BT look like Mark Breland? I don't think so. I think I'm built different. I don't look like Mark Breland. And I'm not as good at boxing as Mark Breland either, but then again, not many people are. All right, let's see. Didn't Wilder have the flu? There was speculation that his legs were shot from the flu. Blame the flu, not the costume. Well, Edward, that was the excuse he made in the first fight, so he can't make that excuse again. We're not gonna make an excuse for the flu 2 fights in a row. He did that the first fight. He said, "Oh, I was sick going into the first fight," and so you can't say that now. And then somebody earlier in the comments was saying this, and I'm not sure if it's true, but they were saying that Wilder also stated that he had a dislocated shoulder. So how many excuses can you make? I mean, I don't know. It's getting ridiculous. Here's a good question. Do you think Daniel Roman will win his belt back? And you know what? I like Daniel Roman. I think he's a good fighter. I had a chance to meet him after his fight recently with that guy he lost, so I can't remember his name. His problem at that weight class is always going to be that, he's got the skills. He's a good technical fighter, but when he meets fighters that can bang and box a bit, he's going to run into problems because he doesn't have the kind of punching power that can get the respect of some of the elite fighters. So I'm not putting it past him. I think he can get his belt back, but I would venture to say no. I don't think he will, but I think he's capable of doing it, but I don't think he's going to. That's just my personal opinion, but I hope he does. He's one of boxing's genuine good guys. I got nothing bad to say about Daniel Roman. I saw him after the fight. He was nothing but humble and cool with me. But yeah, man, it's 2:05 a.m. Hey, Jesus. So apparently, I look like Mark Breland. So that's probably the best news I got all day. That apparently your boy BT looks like Mark Breland. Adesanya versus Romero. Romero always looks like a beast. Boxing with anime. I have no clue what you're talking about. Daniel Roman won two or three rounds max his last fight. Yeah, that's because the guy didn't respect his power, and I think he's good enough to still win a world title again. I've always, even when he won the world title, I had questions about how long he would hold it because of his punching power. So I don't think he'll beat that guy again. They fight, but maybe somebody else. I had a chance. So one fighter I've been meaning to get around to watching was Zhu Can, the Chinese world champion. I had a chance to actually watch one of his fights today. Man, that dude has a crazy work rate. This dude threw like 1,000, damn near 1,600 punches in one of his fights against Manuel Robles III. So I'm gonna be watching and making some videos about Zhu Can soon. So be on the lookout for that. Should be really good when I get to watch some more Zhu Can fights. But yeah, I'm gonna stay on for like 10 more minutes. So you guys just keep them questions coming, as many questions as possible. For the next 10 to 15 minutes, just keep them coming. My man Wessel, I like a play on words. Wessel Russbrook. What do you think about Joseph Parker? I like Joseph Parker. When he was coming up as a prospect, I classed him pretty high because as a prospect, he showed great combination punching. When he let his hands go. The only problem is when he got to the big fights, for whatever reason, he didn't let his hands go. And you got Kevin Berry, who's trainer who I recently interviewed, talking about, well, he had an equilibrium injury and that's why he let his hands go. And that could be true, but maybe Dillian White and his physicality is why he didn't let the hands go. That played a role. But no, I think he's a talented fighter. I think he's really highly up on that second tier of heavyweights. I think he's about as high as you can get on that second tier of heavyweights before he gets the elite guys. I think he's still good enough to win a world title. I don't think it's going to be against Fury if he fights him. If he fights a Joshua, he could fight. He could beat him, but like I feel like the first fight with Joshua, it kind of sucks because his only chance to beat Joshua was on the inside, and the referee didn't really let him box on the inside. So the referee kind of screwed him, and it almost looked like that Joshua had the referee in his back pocket. So I think Parker's a good fighter. I think he could beat Dillian White. I was there for his performance this week against Shondell Winters. Yeah, Shondell Winters, and he got caught a couple of times, but it was what it was, man. Like he did what he's supposed to do against an opponent of that level and dispatched him in 5 rounds. So I like Parker, good fighter. Don't think he'll ever be an elite world champion, but I can see him getting a strap at some point in time. He's definitely good enough to win a strap. Oh wow, we got a $4.99 super chat from my man Edward Barreno. He says, "I'm out. I love your comments. I love your content, and wish you the best. Good night, man." Good night, Edward, and I hope to see you on future lives. I'll be live again tomorrow around the same time. We're gonna discuss Anthony Joshua versus Pulev. So be here for that. I hope you're here for that, Edward. I appreciate being appreciated. I appreciate the super chat. And just stay tuned, man. God bless. Take care. Good night. Here we go. Kelmer Velasquez says, "Do you think that Tank Davis and Santa Cruz is pay-per-view worthy?" No, I don't. I don't think it's a pay-per-view worthy fight. Because it's not a pay-per-view worthy matchup. I think pay-per-view worthy fights should be pay-per-view worthy matchups. Wilder Fury is pay-per-view worthy. Okay, so thus it's on pay-per-view. That is not pay-per-view. Tank Davis is not a big name outside of boxing. Although he is bigger than most. Same thing with Santa Cruz. At 34, is there any living trainer you think who could help Wilder, presuming, of course, he would listen? Personally, I think I don't want to say I think he's beyond help because I think if he's willing to listen, and they move him along slowly, then he can be helped. But yeah, I think there's a couple. I think you're gonna need for a guy to train Wilder and for it to work. It's gonna take a combination of things. Number one, it's gonna take a trainer that has done it, who has trained heavyweights and had success doing it. Okay, so that's number one. You need somebody like that. Number two, you're gonna need someone who is no nonsense, old school, that will get in your face and slap Wilder if need be. So that's number two. And I think one guy that fits that bill is my good friend, my dear friend, Stacey McKinley. I think Stacey McKinley would get a good tune out of Wilder, being that he's trained heavyweight world champions. He's had success in the heavyweight division. He's got good heavyweights that go to his gym for sparring. I think it's a match made in heaven, to be honest with you. My personal opinion. Teddy Atlas could work, but I would say Stacey McKinley over Teddy Atlas for me. What are the good fights this month now that the Otto Wallin fight is canceled? I don't have anything to look forward to. Okay, well, you said good fights. To be honest with you, champ, there's not a ton of good fights on television. There's not much on television, but what I can tell you is there's going to be a lot of good local fights in South Florida. So you'll see a lot of stuff on my channel, and I might even go live at the local fights. So, yeah, you got Bad Blake Davis, who's a prospect. He's throwing on his second card. Bad Promotions, that's March 20th. I'll be there. You got M&R Boxing Promotions, March 13th. They got like a lot of local fighters. Melvin Lopez, who was one of Romo Gonzalez's sparring partners, is one of the headliners of that card. So I'll be there at that. But as far as television, big cards, like big cards, I can't really put too many fights to memory, like as far as the schedule. But you know what? Since you brought it up, let's look for ourselves. Let's see the boxing schedule. Let's see. But your boy BT, we're live here on True School Sports, 2:14 a.m. Let's see, we're checking the boxing schedule for March. All right, so the full schedule. Okay. So March 6th. No, that's nothing. March 7th. Okay, so yeah, you got Adam Kanaki this week against Hellenius. You got Efe Ajagba versus Razvan Kajanu, which I think is actually a great fight because Kajanu's a tough challenger. He's been there with a lot of guys. And Ajagba, Jerry's still out on him for me. So you got Ajagba. You got Scott Quigg versus Jonah Carroll. That's also this weekend. I forgot about that one. You got who's on the undercard? Zach Parker versus Rohan Murdoch. No, thank you. Huey Fury versus Pavel Sauer. No, thank you. Yeah, that card is whack. Jesus, that card is whack. That Jonah Carroll card is whack as hell. I'll probably watch it anyway, though. I'll probably go live for it because I'll be home, so why not? I'm sure the Brits will be here for that. So, the Brits support. So because they support so much, I give them what they want. Let's see, March 7th, ESPN Plus. No, nothing going on there. Let's see. Right now, for those of you who are just funneling in and tuning in, we're currently looking through the boxing schedule. Okay, March 7th, Irving, Texas, Integrated Sports Pay-Per-View. You got Evan Holyfield, Evander Holyfield's son's fighting that day. Tristan Cal Caruth. Okay, a couple decent names, but that's not anything crazy as far as the card. March 7th, Philadelphia, Samuel Tay in a 6-rounder. Nah, I'll pass on that one. March 12th. Oh, snap. March 12th. I'll probably be at this fight. March 12th, Miami. Carol Calderon, Callie Reese, Logan Holler, Emmanuel Tego against Jay Perez. Okay, so I guess I'll be going to that fight on March 12th. That's a DeBella Entertainment card from what I hear. Juan Carlos Carrillo. Oh, wow. That's a good fight. So listen, guys, there's one fight. I want to put you guys on game to a fight that nobody's gonna know about unless you really follow boxing like I do, and I mean really follow boxing like I do. You're not gonna know about this fight, but there's this one fight. So apparently, on March 12th in Miami, which is a card I'll probably want to go into. March 12th in Miami, you got a light heavyweight 6-rounder. And I'm very interested about this card because it's Juan Carlos Carrillo. And Juan Carlos Carrillo was a Colombian amateur light heavyweight. And he's looked at to be maybe a future title contender. You know, he signed to Lou DiBella. They're fast-tracking the hell out of him. And they're putting him in there with this light heavyweight from Atlanta named Dimitri Bentley. Now, I saw this kid, Dimitri Bentley, fight in Atlanta back in August or September of last year when I went to Atlanta with Tyson McKinley. And this kid can punch. I mean, this kid is a big puncher. He's still working on his boxing skills, but he's made a great name for himself in the Atlanta area, knocking fools out. And that's a fight that nobody knows about, that nobody's talking about, but I think it'll be a hell of a fight. So it's going to be on UFC Fight Pass March 12th. Juan Carlos Carrillo versus Dimitri Bentley. Remember that I told you guys about that fight. It's going to be a bang. That one will be a barn burner. Let's see. We got March 13th. Nothing going on there on Showtime. March 13th. Telemundo card. March 13th. I'll be at this fight. Christopher Gonzalez, Belvin Lopez. I'll be at this fight. Frank Diaz. Jose Ramirez. Jorge Ramiro. Yep, I'll be there. March 14th, Shakur Stevenson versus Miguel Mariaga is March 14th, ESPN. So highlight your market calendars down for that one. Edgar Berlanga's on the undercard. You got Jesse Magdaleno on the undercard as well. So that one's good. James Kirkland. Oh my God, are you shitting me? Yo, James Kirkland is fighting. He's headlining a card? James Kirkland is headlining a card March 14th, PBC. Fox Sports 1. Oh, my God. He's fighting a guy named Marcos Hernandez. So make of that what you will. I got a card in Boston. I got a card in Australia. Michael Collins fighting on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, another underrated fight. This will be on ESPN Plus. I know a lot of you guys aren't into women's boxing, but one of the best fights of this month is a women's boxing fight. So the co-main event of Michael Collins' card on St. Patrick's Day is Michaela Mayer, the U.S. Olympian. She's fighting former world champion Melissa Hernandez. And I know a little bit about Melissa Hernandez because Melissa Hernandez trains in the greatest city in the world. Melissa Hernandez is from Dania Beach, or she trains in Dania Beach at Canino's boxing gym. So I gotta take my happy ass down to Canino's boxing gym and interview Melissa Hernandez because this is a fight where I think this is gonna be the toughest fight in Michaela Mayer's career. I think it's a legitimate test for her. So that's probably one of the best fights of this month. So far the best fights this month are Juan Carlos Carrillo versus Dimitri Bentley and Melissa Hernandez versus Michaela Mayer. So you got that. Joel Gonzalez returns after losing to Shakur Stevenson March 19th against Chris Avalos, former contender. That's not a bad card. Lamont Roach Jr. and Marlena Esparza also returned. So that's like the card of people that lost that are returning to action. March 20th, you got the Golden Contract Tournament for light heavyweights, the semifinals with Hosea Burton and Liam Conroy. So that's all right, I guess. You got oh my God, the fight of the month actually is March 21st, and we haven't made any videos about this yet, but the fight of the month is March 21st in Riga, Latvia, and it's going to take place between Junior Dorticos and Marius Briedis in the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight Finals. So that's probably the fight of the month, and we have to make some videos to hype that fight up because that fight deserves to be hyped up. So that's a good one. Let's see. I'm just going through it for you since you asked. Kal Yafai's brother, he's fighting for the European title against Luca Regoli in Italy. That's March 27th. March 27th, also in Philadelphia, you got Christian Carto, a good Philadelphia prospect. He's fighting. You got Arthur Beterbiev making a mandatory defense on ESPN March 28th against Mang Fanlong. You got Johnny Beck Amunkoli and Oscar Rivas on the undercard of that. March 28th is Virgil Ortiz versus Samuel Vargas with Rashidi Ellis on the undercard. Oh, okay. Yo, I think the card of the month might be March 28th. March 28th might be the best card of the month. Top to bottom, you got Virgil Ortiz headlining against Samuel Vargas, so that'll be a good one. Pablo Cesar Cano's back in action against Michael Perez as the co-main event. You got Azhat Hovhannissian, he's fighting for the WBA interim junior featherweight title against Jose San Martin. So that's a good one. And then the fact that you have Rashidi Ellis back in action in a 10-rounder, and you got Sinisa Estrada, the beautiful, lovely, and equally as talented Sinisa Estrada fighting. That's already a great card, and I'll definitely be live for that one. You got March 28th, David Avanesyan versus Josh Kelly, and Josh Kelly was a big letdown last year, so if he can't look good against Avanesyan, then he's pretty much a hype job. Joshua Buatsi, Conor Benn, Felix Cash, these guys are all fighting TBAs, so don't expect much there. March 28th, you got Louis Netty fighting against Aaron Almeida for the WBC Junior Featherweight Title Eliminator. March 28th, you got Shakon Pitters versus Chad Sugden for the British Light Heavyweight Title. So that should be a good one. But really, the real main event of that card is our main man, 50 grand, Isaac Chamberlain. Isaac Chamberlain returns March 28th against TBA. So Isaac Chamberlain will be in action. So you know what? To answer your question, Shihi, the best fight of the month is Isaac Chamberlain. Isaac Chamberlain is fighting TBA on March 28th, and that's probably the one I'm most excited for. But to backtrack, Isaac Chamberlain returning on March 28th. Dorticos versus Breedis March 21st. Melissa Hernandez versus Michaela Mayer March 17th. But I'll be honest with you, the fight I'm most excited for is the fight that nobody knows about, and that's Juan Carlos Carrillo versus Dimitri Bentley on March 12th here in Miami. So that one I think is going to be a banger, and hopefully I get out to that fight, and it'll be a great time. So yeah, March it seems like a slow month on paper, but it's not. There's a lot of boxing. There's just not a lot of like eye-popping matchups. But Shakur Stevenson is in action this month. Rashidi Ellis is in action this month. Sinisa Estrada is in action this month. Virgil Ortiz is in action this month. So there's a lot of notable fighters that are in action this month. So I wouldn't go as far as to say that there's nothing going on, in my opinion. But what do you guys think of all those fights I just ran through? Of all those fights and fighters I just mentioned and ran through, what fights are you guys most excited for? Personally, I'm happy to see my boy Isaac Chamberlain get back in the ring. That's probably what I'm most excited about. Isaac is a good friend of mine. We root heavily for Isaac Chamberlain on this channel, and I want to see him progress and do well and become a world level contender and maybe a champion at cruiserweight. So this is the first step towards doing that. He's got his next two fights scheduled, April 28th in Coventry and then April 25th in Crystal Palace, London. So he'll be very active over the next 2 months. But I'm really happy to see, Juan Carlos Carrillo so early in his career getting a decent step up against a dangerous fighter in Dimitri Bentley. Dimitri Bentley can punch, man. I know neither one of these guys ring a bell to you guys, but I know both of them. I've watched them both on local small fight cards in Miami and Atlanta, and it's a great matchup. I'm going to that one for sure. Who is he fighting? Ellis is fighting. I'll tell you right now. Rashidi Ellis. He is fighting a fighter by the name of. Let me see. Go up. I think we at. Who's had it? He's fighting a guy by the name of Sergio Ortega in a 10-rounder, and Sinisa Estrada is fighting a girl by the name of Jackie Calvo. So March isn't a lost cause. It's not a lost cause, but it's all about March 28th for me. Isaac Chamberlain, the return. Sinisa Estrada's fighting that day. My future ex-wife, Sinisa Estrada, fighting that day. My boy Virgil Ortiz fighting that day. So going to be a great day of boxing, March 28th. And with Isaac Chamberlain fighting, fighting in England, he'll probably fight early in the day. You guys are going to get a shit ton of lives March 28th. Straight up. I'm going to be very busy in the middle of March too, because if that one card in Miami, March 12th, with Harold Calderon and Juan Carlos Farias at the 12th, you got that card at the 12th. You got the M&R Boxing Promotions card the 13th. You got Blake Davis show March 20th. So we're talking about me covering 3 local shows in a span of a week. So you guys are going to get a lot of exclusive content in South Florida. So I hope you guys are ready for it. With that being said, guys, listen, I've been here for quite a long time. I've enjoyed my time here with you guys, but I got to go ahead and maybe think about getting some sleep. So, it was a pleasure being here. Thank you everybody who supported the live today and been here for the live today. Make sure you guys check out all the stuff that's come out from the Garcia Vargas fight, and there's still more stuff to come out. I think I have a couple more videos scheduled. Stay tuned for all the videos on the channel. We will be live again tomorrow at the same time to discuss Anthony Joshua versus Pulev. So if any of you guys want to hop on tomorrow and talk and speak your piece about Anthony Joshua versus Pulev, tomorrow will be a good day to come on live. We'll be having guests and things like that if you want. But I'm going to head out of here because I am really, really tired. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.